Where does it come from? It's like freedom, fun, and middle finger to the world. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks.
All I'm asking is for you to behave like a normal person.
Maybe live life with your shirt on.
I hate to say it, honey, but we need to fit in at this school. We might have to up our game.
Who's this bitch?
That's Kirsten Vanderbilt. Honey, my girl's a joint.
Hi. Some hot gossip going on about you. What are you talking about?
My daughter just transferred into Bartlett to 8th grade.
Walk right in there. Hands out.
That was extremely triggering. I feel violated.
You crossed a line with your big, fat mouth.
Headmaster's office. Suspension. Our daughter hating you.
And the pig requires a little lipstick. Well, who the fuck signed that?
Shut the fuck up, Isla.
Money moves, money made. Intention of the late. What it takes to be great. Boss energy.
First and foremost, I was so wrong for the way I behaved.
It's so funny. I grew up in a trailer the same size as this. Why is that funny? The irony.
You started this. It's up to me to finish it. Or finish him, whatever you prefer.
I prefer neither of those!
They might not see the episode, but I do. You're gonna go down in flames.
This was your idea.
Don't run away from it. You run right the fuck at it.
This is the change I needed, and it's long overdue. This is who I am now. I fucking love you!
All right, Austin, Texas, how are we doing tonight? Come on, you guys can be louder than that. We got fucking Bert Kreischer back here. Make some noise! That's what I'm talking about. Before we bring him out, we got two of the funniest people on tour with him. Start making some noise right now for Bass right here in Austin, Texas. She was a writer on the Tom Brady roast. Start making some noise right now for the very funny Kim Condon, everybody!
Show. What the fuck's happening? It's like a family reunion. We just found out one guy's been molesting us all. Let's loosen up a little. Are we feeling good? There we go. That's what I like to hear. How many people are from out of town? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, you guys look like a good crowd. I don't see any women alone. That's good. We're learning. Right? We can't be out at night. We're like catalytic converters. Like, if no one's watching us, someone's gonna steal us, and then we're gonna make weird noises when we're turned on. Okay, that's for Mexicans, but you guys get it. Sweet. Hell yeah, I hear the Mexicans. They laugh different. No, I am really scared of the dark. I don't like the dark at all. I live in Texas, so I won't ask. I usually ask, like, any women camp alone, but I always get one in Texas. Every time she'll go like, I do. Like, she always sounds like one of the wonderful whites of West Virginia. Have you seen that? They took my baby, you know? And I'll always ask that woman, I'm like, aren't you scared to camp alone? Aren't you scared a man's gonna, like, kill you? And she'll go like, I'll fucking kill him. And I love when a woman thinks she could kill a man, you know? It's like when a man genuinely thinks he could kill a bear. You're like, that bear's gonna fuck you in the ass in a tent. No, I don't fuck with the dark at all. I hate daylight savings time. Daylight savings time is the worst season for women. We have to live like Will Smith and I Am Legend. Like, we have to, like, grocery shop in the morning, be home before the sun sets. The guys are at the door frames like, ah! Like, they're ready, dude. It's scary. It gets darker 3 hours earlier. That's 3 more hours of rape time, okay? That is girl math. This dude's like, 3 more hours to rape. I'm sorry, sir, dude. I'm sorry. It's the glasses. I'll be quick. I know you have a cart girl to harass tomorrow on the golf course. I'm high. Yeah, I don't fuck with the dark at all. I swear to God, 80% of the reason I got a boyfriend was just so I could see the moon at night. Like, I needed security for Joshua Tree, and And it took me a long time to get a boyfriend. I was single for years and years. I could not get a man. And I know why now. It's because for a very long time, I was terrified to get blowjobs. I would not do it at all. And I know that's weird, but in my defense, I am hard of hearing. And I just found out very recently that it's gum that stays in your stomach for 7 years. I could have been on a fucking yacht, you know? Sucks. I'm over here wasting my good eggs. Fucking nuts. Some of you got that. The rest, I have easier ones. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I was also living in LA for a long time too. That didn't help with dating. You guys know all the jokes. It does suck. All I wanted there was like a hot, strong guy. And every hot guy in LA is dating a man. And the straight ones paint their nails. I swear to God, the straight ones paint their nails. I'm like, just go suck a dick, you know? And I wanted a strong dude, a dude that could like lift stuff and build shit. And you can't really find that in Los Angeles. There is like a lack of callous hands there. No, I'm serious. You have to fuck a homeless guy to find a man that can build a fire. Okay? Like Slim Dickens, dude. And I'll say this right now, I did write that before the fires, okay? I'm keeping it. It's mine. I do feel bad about the fires, obviously. That was very traumatic. Can you imagine all those Jews surrounded by ash again? Yeah, I love that sound. That's why we don't let you record, okay? Yeah, I like to think that LA made the fires worse. They're like, the buses are down, just hop on a train, we'll get you guys showered off. And I'm sorry, you guys are fine, they're in their second homes, and I'm not on SNL, so I don't care. Yeah, I met my boyfriend in East Texas. He was a stray, and I kept him. And he is hot and strong. And ladies, that's good advice. Your new boyfriend should be strong. Your new boyfriend should be able to beat up your ex. It should be like a reverse Russian doll of dick. Right? Yeah, some of the guys are laughing and the rest need to get stronger. Eat your protein, it's not my problem. Yeah, my new boyfriend's much stronger than my ex. My new boyfriend, he's 6'2", he was in the military for 10 years. I feel like he could like kill a man with his hands, right? My ex, I swear to God, rollerbladed away from 9/11. Do you know how bad that is? I'd rather fuck the guy flying the plane, okay? At least he was doing something brave, okay? Not rollerblading away from a terror attack in fucking Janko jeans. That will dry you up. It really will. He told me that story and I broke up with him and then I got back together with him. Yeah, I know, that was my tower too. But there are red flags with my new boyfriend. Like I said, military for 10 years. He's got PTSD. He's white. So, yeah, no backpacks in the movie theater for him. You know, it's scary. We live together. I've heard the stories, and I do worry about it. He's all fucked up. He's Jewish. He's going to wake up at night and see a little brown thing in his bed. Do you guys know where I'm going with this? Like, one bad dream, and it's the Gaza Strip for me, dog. Like, it's... So I feel like I have to trick him before bed in case anything happens into thinking I'm like white, you know? Like I have to do like my makeup lighter and spray paint my nipples pink and like eat brunch. I don't know what white people do, but you know what I mean. So if he wakes up in the middle of the night, I'd be like, I'm Sarah Ann. Like I kiss my dogs on the mouth or whatever. No, I'm seriously paranoid about it. I won't even come out of the shower with a towel on my head, okay? Not with this tan. I lost some of you there. Okay. I'm not racist. I swear to God, my hottest boyfriend was Middle Eastern. He was. On a scale of 1 to 10, he was a 9/11. I'll never forget that dick. Okay, I lost the white guys. I did. You heard it? I was like, ah! And then I said, I fucked him, and all the white guys were like, ah. I lost you guys. I swear to God, you guys, it was an inside blowjob, okay? I did it for our country. Yeah, we met at a bar in Allah Akbar, and he really liked my camel toe. Thank you. He gave me a few Middle East infections. Okay, one more. When we broke up, I ran. Oh, you guys are fun. Thank you, bitch. Yeah, I'm pretty much crushing it. This rocks. I'm on set right now. You guys know John Lovitz? I was telling him that the guy that I just said that joke about, which is like, he's an ex now, just breaking the fourth wall. I was telling him, oh yeah, me and that guy actually broke up because he turned out gay. And John Lovitz is like, I got a joke for you. He said that and he also went, wah, wah, no. He's like, I got a joke for you, say this. So I'm gonna try the joke that John Lovitz wrote. I was recently in a relationship, but it turns out my boyfriend was gay. You know how I found out? His cock His cock smelled like cock. Okay, whatever. I told him I'd try it. I've been off the deep end lately. I've fully given up on everything. I took acid and went to a water park this summer. That was wild. Ladies, do it. I think everyone should do it. It feels good for everyone, but women in particular, like, it feels so good to do acid and be in a bathing suit. You don't care about what you look like. Because women, we're like, are we shaved? You know, like, do I look fat? I didn't give a fuck. I was on acid. I was out there, hairy armpits. My fupa was out. Like, I had one pussy lip. Like, that's how fast I was running to the slides. I didn't give a fuck, dude. And I wasn't even shaved. I wasn't. I was like 3 days not shaved. You know when it's spiky? The women know. Like, if I laid down a tan and a kid stepped on it, it would have felt like sear shit. Like, it would have been intense. And no, I loved doing acid at the water park. You feel so free. You don't care about your pussy. My favorite era, I should say this, my favorite era of pussy hair is when it gets long enough to twist at night. I swear to God, if I can't sleep at 4 a.m., my pussy looks like Flavor Flav's face. Like, it's dreaded as fuck. But yeah, I'm tripping balls, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that, you know that one slide, this one, where you have to go straight down? I've never done that in my life, but on acid I got brave, and I made it like this moment in my head for some reason where I was like, I'm gonna do that by the end of the day. And I was peaking, it was the time. I knew it was time. I fucking run up there, and I go on the slide, and I do it. I count down, and I straight to the bottom. And I come up, and I feel so fucking good, right? I accomplished this thing, this retarded thing. And I come up and I look, and there's a 16-year-old lifeguard. He's in front of me. And I don't know if you guys know these new age lifeguards. They have a new technique. They go like this. Have you seen this? This is how they watch the pools. They have to, like, check. No, they do this all day because I think they missed a few over the years. Yeah, that's their name. But I didn't know about this tech. When I was a kid, the lifeguards were just like fingering each other. Like, it was like, they weren't doing shit, you know? It was up to your parents, but no, it's different now. But I came down on acid and I look up this lifeguard and he's doing the thing, right? But I'm on drugs. So I think that he saw my slide and he was like, dude, in my head, I did the sickest slide he'd ever seen. I started doing it back to him. Pussy lips still out. He's like, can we get the old woman out of the pool? This fucking sucks. But my whole point is I'm giving up this year. I'm done with everything. I'm not going to the gynecologist anymore. They're molesting us. This is a scam. We need to, ladies, wake up. We can't let them trick us anymore. Yeah, I had to go to the gynecologist. I got off birth control after 2 years. I'm detransitioning, and I am. Birth control, dude, first of all, it made me gay. It did. It made me gay. I was like very bi on birth control. I started being attracted to women, but I didn't like who I was because I was also, it did something to my hormones that made me like misogynistic almost. Like when I'm not on birth control, every woman in here, perfect 10s, you guys are you can do no wrong in my eyes. On birth control, I'm like no fat chicks. Like it's like really fucked up. But I'm off now, but I'm done with the gynecologist. First of all, the gynecologist is the only doctor in the world where you have to bring your pussy in the day it turns 18. That's weird, okay? They send you emails like a Mary-Kate and Ashley countdown clock. I swear to God, you could feel this in an email they send. Like, you're like, bring that pussy in or die. And you go in, the appointment's so weird. He comes in the room, he barely introduces himself, he rubs your tits for 10 minutes, he goes, nice, and he leaves the room. That's how the appointment starts, I swear to God. And you have to take off all your clothes, you have to get butt naked, you've never done this before, you get on a table, you put your feet in stirrups, butt naked, and you wait for the doctor like that. Spread legs, and the stirrups are always facing the front door. You hear the women laugh? They know. It always. You know why, ladies? Because the architect's a man too. Okay. We need to get in the field. And so you're laying there, and you feel so vulnerable because your legs are open. So you're at least trying to keep your pussy lips closed. Right? The women know you can't laugh, cough, sneeze, because it'll like. Right? Because that thing's sticky, but it don't hold. And, I don't get it. And then you're waiting for the doctor, and he bursts in the room. They're the fastest doctors in the world. He bursts in like a reapy Kool-Aid man. He's like all smiley. The nurses are pushing him. He rolls right up to your pussy, and the women know what he asks next, right? Scoot forward. The men don't get this part. Okay, let me do a visual for you guys. I have 2 minutes left. Let's see. Sir, don't move. All right. Oh, God. So, yeah, you're like here on the table, right? Right about here. And he comes in and he goes, scooch forward. You have to get like right here. And you go, this has to be enough. Right? He can see it all from here. I can birth here, okay? So yeah, you're here and you go, good? And he goes, scoot more. I swear to God, you have to bring, this is a lawsuit. You have to bring your pussy up to his, men are lazy. Men are lazy. I'm still down here. I swear to God, they're like, put her there, partner. Like, you have to put it on her nose. I can't smell it from here, bitch. It's so intense. And the worst part of the whole payment is they pull out this fucking weapon out of the drawer. Oh yeah, the women know. Look at the women. They're like women have like physical reactions when I pull this thing out. This is a gun to a girl, okay? I swear to God, you could rob a woman on 6th Street with this shape of your hand. Just fucking give me your purse or I'll spread your pussy more than God intended. And that's what it is. It's like this Olive Garden cheese grater that they put inside you and they like crank it open, right? You're like, when? And I am high. And then I swear to God, you like, this has to be over soon, and you feel a pinch. You go, what the fuck was that? They take a piece of pussy meat. I'm not kidding. They take unconsensual meat from you. Ladies, clap if you got your meat taken. Better yet, if they, that's so much. If they took your meat, everybody put your yogis in the sky, squirt on 3, I'll crowd surf out of here. And if it be sick, I could go in between the squirt. Get the shot. No, I said that one time this woman was like, they didn't take my meat. I was like, bitch, you didn't feel like your pussy's fat. Don't ruin my joke. But yeah, they rub your tits, they take your meat, and that's basically the whole appointment. They never bring up the meat again. It's like in a frame on Epstein Island somewhere. And yeah, that's it, dude. They go, and you gotta do that every year. When you turn 18, they're like, come back next year. They're like, come back every year, we need your meats. And you do, you go every year until you're like 22, and then at 22, they're like, ugh, come back every 4 years. I swear to God, they want to see you less. I have to go back every 4 years now to get my pussy mangled like a fucking election. I'm not kidding, my vagina looks like RFK's voice, you guys. Like, it's not good. And the guys are looking at me, you guys have no idea what I've been talking about. That's okay. You've been looking at your wife like, bitch, you've been getting fingered? It's because the men don't really listen. We, as men and women, we keep secrets from each other. Like the men, the men have their appointment, right? You have your pussy doctor. Your little, you know that one? You know, sir. What is that one called? The ass doctor. There was a guy that said it right there. One more time. What was it? Faggot. That's my time. I'm Kim Carden. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. You guys are, I have goosebumps. You guys are an awesome fucking crowd, really. This is going to be one of the best shows ever. Are you ready for your next comic? This dude is fucking hilarious. Please give it up for Zach Tatson!
And give it up for the back of this guy's head right there. Give it up for that. That shit stinks now. We gotta make this quick, by the way. I gotta go pick up my kids from Somali daycare in a few minutes, so. Alright. You guys scared about the ice that's coming this weekend? No? Yeah, I know. It's kind of unified now. It's the first time in a while that white people and Mexicans have been scared about ice. You know, it's okay, that's a bit of dumb one to do in Austin, Texas. Sorry, folks. I'm a big sports fan, man. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys like more out here, college sports or pro sports? College, UT, yeah, whatever that is, right? All right. I like college sports more than pro sports because I feel like the athletes are still nice. You know, they're still trying to get a fan out of you. You know, I think pro athletes get paid too much money and they're fucking mean. Yeah. I know this because I went to a professional basketball game last season, and after the game, I saw one of the players, and I walked up to them, and I was like, "Hey, can I please get a picture with you?" And no joke, they looked me square in the face. He said, "You better go sit your bitch ass down before I knock you the fuck out." And I was like, dude, these WNBA players are so fucking what the fuck? I only asked her that because I was standing next to her at the urinal, you know what I mean? I thought we had a bond, sister. She was over there shaking more than I was, you know? I can make that joke, I can, because I look like Caitlin Clark if she was on an episode of Undercover Boss. So, I fucking hate how well that joke does almost every place. Here we go. That's my first time in Austin, Texas, man. Thank you guys for having me. This is fucking God's country, baby. I love it. I went to one of the gay little coffee shops this morning called Starbucks. You guys ever heard of it? I love when my barista's bisexual, man. I really do like it, yeah. I like the fact that neither one of us know if we want cream or not, you know? They have the gender-neutral bathrooms, too. I love that, you know? Not in a creepy way, either, you know? Just the toilet seat's always warm. And there is nothing worse than a cold toilet seat on your nose. I'll tell you right now, not in this weather, you know? That shit's crazy. I've been on the road a bunch. I saw something I haven't seen in ever, really. I was in South Dakota, they had a gay church out there. A big old church with a big old gay flag on it. And I was like, hell yeah, they're letting the gays go to church now. I like that, you know? I'm kind of curious how they're getting them in there, though, you know? Because church has been pretty anti-gay the whole time it's been around. They must have a hell of a slogan guy cooking shit up overnight for them, you know? He's just like, hey man, you're gonna be on your knees. You might as well pray while you're down there, brother. Come on. Why end your night with amen when you can end it with amen? Can I get a yes from the church? Can I get a yes? They're just tapping the communion cracker on the guy's tongue 3 times before they make him swallow it, you know? All right, that was gross even for me. I'm sorry. That was a little too far, you know? Let's get it back on to who's drinking tonight. Make some noise if you're drinking with me tonight, yeah? Fuck yeah, my kind of crowd. Who Ubered? Those numbers don't add up at all, by the way. I get it, man. Fuck it. They can't catch us all at once, you know? Fucking roll the dice every once in a while. Uber's expensive too, man. I get it. Sometimes it's just cheaper than a DUI. That's what I always say. Fuck it. Put it on the tab, bitch. I've been here before, you know? I like drinking beer. That's my drink of choice. Because you can play games with beer. Yeah, beer pong, flip cup. I recently started drinking bourbon. Do we have any gentlemen in the crowd here tonight? Yeah, or ladies that pee standing up. Do we have any? Where are my handsome bitches at, you know? People tell me all the time, like, you can't play any games drinking bourbon. I found a few games you can play drinking bourbon. Like Who Shit My Pants? Have you guys ever played that? Alone in your apartment on a Saturday night? That's a fun one. The other game's called What State Did My Wife and Kids Move To? That's what the other game's called. Some people just call that telephone, you know? No, I do love drinking though, man, I really do. It's the only way I can get soft. I think the problem with drinking though in this country is you can drink while doing almost anything, you know? Do you guys have those axe throwing places out here? Yeah, you can drink a beer and throw a fucking axe? The axe throwing places, or as white people call them, the ask throwing places, you know? That's a great joke, but I'll move on. Where are all the anti-gun people for those things, by the way? You know, because anti-gun people always pop up and be like, I don't think anybody should own an AK-47. And I kind of agree with that. But should an entry-level sales guy be able to have 12 IPAs and just fucking wield an axe as hard as he can at a holiday party? He's throwing him under the legs, hook shot, killing the guy in lane 3, you know? I don't know what time those places open, but anytime feels too early, doesn't it? I feel like I know the answer to this, but you guys a gun crowd out here tonight? Gun crowd? That's the scariest fucking noise I've ever heard in my life. What about kids? You guys like kids? I'm 35 years old. I used to want guns real bad. I used to want kids real bad too. Now I don't know if I want either one anymore, you know? I kind of see them as the same thing. Mm-hmm. They're both dangerous.
He's my age.
Mm-hmm. And whenever someone has one, they're like, do you want to hold it? I'm like, no. No, I know way too many people in jail for touching those things. Yuck. Get my fingerprints off it. Smudge the baby if you have to, you know? I feel like guns are a lot like kids too, because all the worst people I know hold theirs sideways, you know? It's either like, give me your fucking money, you know, or like baby hanging off the hip at Walmart, you know? Some white woman in Cookie Monster pajama bottoms, even though the sun is still up. Come on, you guys have been to Houston before, you know what I'm talking about. The baby's crying when the tears are going this way. He's just fucking defying gravity like he's in Wicked the whole time. I feel like guns are a lot like kids too, because whenever I see one out in the street, I'm like, shouldn't you be in school right now? You know, that's a great fucking joke. I don't care. That's a great fucking joke. Listen up. Actually, I'll double down on that. Do you guys think we should give teachers guns? You can clap it up if you think we should give teachers guns. Yeah. There's no wrong answer. We should at least get the hall monitor one, right? A riot shield or something. A musket, first line of defense, you know? I just don't think we should give anybody a gun who has a shitty job. That's what I think it boils down to, you know? I've had some shitty jobs. If I had a gun at that job, I would not be here on stage in Austin, Texas tonight. I was a breader at Chick-fil-A. That's one of the fucking shittiest jobs I've ever had in my life. Can you imagine if they gave me a gun there and said, here, Zach, protect the customers? That first lunch rush, you would have heard a big pop from the and flour go everywhere, like LeBron James was about to check into the fucking game. Right? Nuggets would have been a little slower that day, I promise you that. Dude, I don't know about you guys, but every time I get on Facebook these days, I just see a new article of like a female teacher having sex with her younger male students. Okay, that guy got molested. We gotta pay these teachers more, right? We do. So they can go on dates with adults their own age, yeah. Because it's super easy to wine and dine a 15-year-old. You know, just bring them to McDonald's and say 6'7" while you juggle their balls. That kid's like putting in your hand for the rest of his life, you know? Dude, if you would have brought me a McFlurry at 15 after showing me your tits, I don't care how much homework you would have gave me. I would have treated you like the princess you are for the rest of my life. The dog might eat my homework, but I'm gonna eat that pussy, is what I'm trying to say. Dude, one time I was going down on a woman and she queefed in my face when I was going down on her. That's rude. Can we agree on that? That's also like walking into a spider web, you know? You can't see it, but you feel it. Just, what the fuck was that? In between two half-shaven legs. What the fuck was that, man? Is it Ash Wednesday again already? What the fuck was that? So I'm dating. I don't mind dating. I don't like first dates. So first dates suck because you gotta get those weird first date questions out of the way to get to know somebody, you know? I was on a first date not too long ago with a woman. 10 minutes into the date, she leans over the table at me and she goes, so are you cut or uncut? I was like, this is the first date. If you want to see my wrist already, that's crazy. What? You nosy bitch. No. All right, you guys seem fun. I'm going to keep doing those kind of jokes now. This is true. I got choked by a woman for the first time last weekend, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's the last time I get into an argument with a black lady at Walmart. She was strong, dude. The cops came, I came, everybody. I do get some pussy though. I want you guys to know that right now, okay? I do. Why are you laughing? That's not the joke, right? I definitely get some more pussy than those guys that ride those one-wheel things around the city. You ever seen them? 7 miles an hour, dressed like the Undertaker. You're like, where is he going? You know? I had a good date recently with a woman. We had the date. She went back to her place. I followed her. And chivalry's not dead, you know. That was her name, Chivalry. And we got back to her place and we do what adults do, right? We put on a movie, we started drinking, we started flirting, clothes started coming off, it was getting real hot and heavy. And right before we were about to have sex, she very kindly stops me, she goes, hey, just so you know, I'm probably not gonna come tonight because I'm on antidepressants. And I was like, that is not gonna be the reason why you don't. Do not put this on into this. Do not do that. I'm gonna go 5 to 6 reasons I'll do this guy right here, you know? You have an outy belly button and I have bad depth perception, so that's gonna be a problem. I fucking love Texas, dude. Plus, she had my mom's name too. That's how I knew it was gonna work out with her. Yeah. Yeah, her name was Mommy. It was crazy. I think she was Spanish or something. My goal, though, I just want to be able to I just want to be able to talk to women with confidence. And I have no confidence when it comes to talking to women. I want to be able to have the confidence of a cool black guy when it comes to talking to women. Yeah. I was at the gas station buying cigarettes the other day, in line behind a cool black guy, and he was on the phone. And I just heard him say, bitch, put your pussy on the phone. And I'm pretty sure she did, because after that, I just heard him say, yeah, let it speak to me, let it speak to me. Let the lips curl, girl. Like he had a goddamn seashell up to his ear. I was like, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. I can't say that to a woman. You guys see how I look right now. I can't say that to a woman who's alive. Are you fucking kidding me? I'd be like, bitch, put your, hello? My text bubbles turn green, the SWAT team's outside my house. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't even know if I know what to do if a bitch put her pussy on the phone for me. I'd probably just find the nearest black guy and be like, hey man, it's for you. Wrong number. She called me, but she's looking for you, you know? Dude, like I said earlier, this is my first time in Austin, Texas. I am coming back, yeah, thank you. I'm coming back in April to headline Cap City, April 23rd, 24th. I'd love to see any of you guys there, it'd be really cool. Yeah, no, you guys are fucking awesome. This is very fun. I'll do 2 more and I'll get the fuck out of here. It's a lot of, my other goal, I was talking about getting in shape. I want to get in shape. I don't even want to live longer, if you can tell by my outfit. I want to get in shape for selfish reasons, like sexual reasons, you know? Not even sex, I don't even care about that. I want to get in better shape so I can dirty talk better. Yeah. Because that's all dirty talk is when you're a guy, right? You're just telling a woman what you're going to do to her the whole time. So if you're not in good shape, it really limits your vocabulary in said bedroom. I'm in the type of shape right now where I'd be on top of a woman, I'd be like, yeah, you like that? And she'd be like, yeah. And then I'd be like, do you still like that? That's all I got. That's all I got. I'll leave on this one. You got a lot of beautiful ladies in here tonight. Ladies, does penis size matter? Okay, one whore and the rest of you need to ride home. I only asked because I had some time to kill before the show. I was watching a documentary about a retired male porn star. And in the documentary, he said something I can't stop thinking about. He said, I knew I had a big dick when I would take a shower and I would look over and my penis was the same size as the shampoo bottle. And I was like, holy head and shoulders, that's fucking crazy. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, that's not that crazy. It's not. I feel that same way. Every lady in here tonight, especially that one over there, I feel that same way. every time I take a shower at a hotel. I do. I feel very comfortable in my masculinity and can't get across this great country. All right, guys, I'm in Zach Townsend. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Kool-Aid is fucking awesome.
He's built different.
He really is.
Kiss you like no man has ever kissed you before.
Bert Kreischer, my God, 325-pound bench press.
So we have a beer stein holding contest. Some of the Bucks offensive linemen came out. To do was say like God bless America, and he was like fuck that stuff.
Tears stream down my eyes. Those tears were garnet and gold. This is the house that Bobby Bowden built.
He would be a fucking hell of an athlete if he wasn't a drunk.
Do you ever see yourself saying, no, I feel like I'm just the luckiest guy in the world. This is the best shot in the world. I'm never gonna stop doing it. My shirt's coming off, you know that.
Distracting up front, but don't worry, you'll get used to them. These are the kind of pants, if you fuck your wife, you just take your dick out and keep the pants on. I'm not losing the pants, baby. I told my wife, I'm tired of wearing jeans on stage. And she bought that outfit. It's like a Christmas present. She goes, do you like it? And I put it on. It's, yeah, in the house with me. And I go, yeah, it looks great. It's funny. She goes, I got it for you for on stage. And I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, I'll never wear it. And then she goes, I'm so glad you like it. It was so expensive. I said, I normally just wear like $59 jeans and sneakers. How expensive was it? She goes, I don't want to tell you, I think you'll get mad. And so I said, don't tell me, I'll just wear it on stage every fucking night. We cut it like I'm stuck in Austin. We should have just done shows here all week. Yeah. Ice storms running in. I wonder how many Mexican restaurants that translation just sounded wrong to them. They're in the back like, ice is coming. Wrong state to do that in. This is a weird part of Texas because you guys are split down the middle. You guys are hippies and then not. I don't really follow the whole ice stuff because I'm not Somalian, so. Isn't it weird how like, you're like, okay, oh, this is a bad place to start. Isn't it weird how you can like, not be racist at all and then also kinda? Like I saw the picture of the little 5-year-old Mexican kid that got taken and I'm fucking outraged. I'm like, God damn it. And then they showed me like a fucking Somalian teenager. I was like, get him the fuck out! He needs to be hijacking a freighter off his coast. What is he doing in Michigan? Okay, that's a little racist, but it's gonna get worse tonight, guys. I'm not racist, I'm just regular. Like I am kind of like I had to go to the hospital and a fucking white nurse came in, like a dude, and I went, nah, fuck that. I go, you're not fooling me, buddy. I know you just got your shit together at 35 because you were partying hard as fuck and now you're trying to get pussy. Beat it, fucking asshole. Get me a Filipino in here. I want something real. I want a Filipino nurse who likes Joe Coy. I don't want some fucking white guy with a goddamn hipster beard and tats up his arm going, I sold my bike so I can go to nursing school. Fuck off. So I get this white nurse, okay? Dude's name's Derek, and he goes, okay, I should start this over. Hold on. Now listen, we're just covering this in case it's funny. I don't know, and I don't think it is. So I have blood clots in my legs and in my lungs. Now, shut the fuck up! You sound like my mom. Now, you sound like my kids. But Dad, this is serious. Like, yeah, I know, it's me, it's my body. I don't want to die either, okay, guys? I got a blood clot in my leg from flying. And thank God it wasn't from drinking. Do you know how quickly that was my first? Did I get this from drinking? You drink, and I was like, you couldn't tell, all right. So did I get this from jerking off in my wife's closet? My wife and I are in a sleep divorce. I have my own bedroom. My life's a little complicated, okay? It sounds like it's not happy, it's very happy. My wife and I have separate bedrooms now because I snored. I didn't think I did, she did. She said I snored. I think she's a fucking lying cunt. And I was sleeping just fine, and some bitch would punch me in the arm and go, roll over. Why don't you snore? Learn how to fucking sleep, woman. Don't be pointing at him. That's not his fault. He's trying to stay alive. He's grasping for breath, and you have the nerve to say, I have to go to work tomorrow? This man's holding on by a fucking thread every goddamn night. And you're tired? Wow, talk about your privilege. So my wife got me a separate bedroom. Oh fuck, we got a blind guy! I am so excited! Cheers. How did you know they were there? Okay. Okay, you heard him. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, I got it. I believe it. Don't you tell him what I fucking said! You fucking seeing snitch? What the fuck? I got a bunch of Helen Keller jokes coming your way. No, in a positive way. Like, I think they should do historical porn. So that we can jerk off and learn, you know what I mean? Like when Helen Keller was flying the plane and then got lost and then it crashed. That's not Helen Keller. Amelia Earhart. When Amelia Earhart. I get them women mixed up. When Amelia Earhart was flying the plane and she got lost. And then what they do in the porn, she's like, all right, I think I'm gonna put it on cruise control for a sec. Wait, she was from our country, wasn't she? This is why we need those porns. So, you got him a fucking shirt, you could have just given him yours and taken $20. What the fuck are you doing? So, I hope you have a sense of humor about your not seeing thing. So, what's he gonna do, take a swing at me? Anyway, I'm kidding. Can I tell you one blind story, and we'll get back to Helen Keller. So, I'm all ears. The story is, I think I gave it away already, but I was at the Austin airport at Just on Rogan. This was like a year ago, and I was high, and I saw a dude, and he was fighting with his wife. And normally I don't step in, so I'm like, yo, if you're gonna get hit, ladies, like, you pick the guy, I didn't pick him. If you wanna hit me up and go, what do you think about my boyfriend, and then I get a say in it, sure, then I'll stand up for you, but if you're gonna pick us, this because you're daddy issues, don't you? So he said, fuck you, you picked the goddamn car, you said fucking, we had enough time, we're running late for the goddamn fucking gate. And she was like, enough, okay? And he's like, no, not enough. And then he grabbed her by the back of the arm and he started marching her to a gate. And I was like, hey! And he turned around and he was wearing glasses and a cane. And I was like, oh shit, he's just blind. He was just trying to get, he couldn't get to the gate without her. And he was like, hey, and he goes, yeah, and I was like, hold my arm too, I'll get you there. Historical porn, Amelia Earhart. She's like, it's on cruise. Let's make her British. It's so much better when they are. It's on cruise control while I suck your cock. Oh my God, we're going down. I should have sucked your cock. Wait, which one? Did you know? Are there any single ladies in here? Okay, well, Anne Frank had a boyfriend. She lived in an attic during the Holocaust. Ladies, maybe it's you. Holy shit. I texted that to my daughters. I was like, hey girls, you still single? And they're like, yeah. And I said, Anne Frank had a boyfriend. Try harder. And they're like, not funny, Dad. And I said, I'm laughing. And then George, my oldest, goes, maybe we're gay. I was like, that's not fucking funny. Like, you better not be fucking gay. And they wrote back, really? And I said, you would ruin 2/3 of porn for me. I was like, please, both of you fuck black guys. I already don't watch that shit. Helen Keller, I know which one she was. Think how great would it be? Helen Keller couldn't see, couldn't hear, couldn't talk, right? Fucking a pretty amazing person. Wrote a book, started a university, never did porn, but here's the deal. How great would it be listening to her give a blowjob just... Can't hear herself, you know, it's like when a blind person laughs, or not blind, a deaf person laughs. It sounds like they're kicking pigeons. I was in another special, but it's still true. And you just watch it, and the guy's like, Helen, that's the bedpost. That's all I have, that's all I have. What were we talking? I got back from the hospital. So I got blood clot in my lung and my legs. My leg and my lungs. And so they're like, I don't know if anyone's ever had this, but they're like, they check in my leg and they're like, you have a blood clot in your leg, we're gonna check it, going to your lungs, and they're like, so they take me to a CAT scan, and this dude, Derek, white fucking, he's rolling me the thing, he goes, you allergic to iodine? I go, I don't know. When would I have had it? And he goes, in a CAT scan? I said, well, no, I don't know if I've ever had iodine. He goes, well, you know, you would have gone into anaphylactic shock. I said, no, I don't think I am, but can you like pinprick my finger or something? And he goes, no, we'll just put it in your veins, and if you go into anaphylactic shock, then we'll know you're allergic. And I was like, no wonder I never took my dad's iodine. Like, what the fuck? He's like, you'll feel your throat tighten and then get hot, and then it'll feel like you shit your pants and urinate yourself. That's a normal feeling, and then if not, you'll just stop breathing. And I was like, cool, this is really fun. So they put me into the CAT scan machine, and Derek leans into me, and I'm there, and they stop the machine in the middle. I'm in the middle of it. I know that's not good. And he goes, hey, are you having a heart attack? I said, I don't think I am. And he goes, because your blood pressure is through the roof and your heart rate's skyrocketing. I think you're having a heart attack. And I was like, you have a lot of fucking questions, Derek. How about you come in with a fucking answer and bring a Filipino in here to fix this? So it was almost like I clicked my heels together. Fucking Filipino lady walks in and she goes, he's got blood clots in his lungs. And I was like, well, that's not the answer I wanted. So I'm on blood thinner and for 6 months, and then not allowed to drink. They said to me, they go, you're on blood thinner. I go, cool. Anything, because you get scared, you know. I mean, I'll be real. I'll be real for a second. There's a moment when they roll you to the CAT scan where you're walking, going past all the rooms, going, thank God I'm not one of these people. Fuck yeah. And then they go, are you having a heart attack? And then you roll you back and you go, I'm worse than these people. And you do the prayer to God. You're like, God, anything you need, I'm on your team. Just get me the fuck out of here. You want me to start going to church? Fine, fuck it. I'm in. I'll stop jerking off to Oculus porn. I will. I do. Dude, I had a fucking 5-way the other day in Oculus. You're right, change subjects. Holy shit. I was a DJ at an Airbnb, and these girls didn't want to lose their deposit in the room, so they held the one girl up and maybe eat her pussy. Anyway, I'll tell you about it later. Anyway. And then I said, God, if you need me to quit drinking, I'll quit drinking forever. And then he went, how about 6 months? And I was like, can we do 3? I got a second opinion. Anyway, it's, and then Leanne, the very next day, goes and gets that MRI where they put their whole body in. Well, you know that one where they go, you have something or nothing. Does anyone know what the fuck I'm talking about? And she's 100% healthy. Yeah. You're as excited as she was. She's like, aren't you happy? And I was like, yeah, for you. She goes, why? Well, you sound upset. And I go, no, all I heard was, I get one wife, that's it. Like, I don't... I'm not saying, look, hold on, let me explain it to you for him, okay? We don't want you dead, that's not it. But we're thinking, if you do die, oh, that would be cool. Not cool, but like, it's like you get empathy pussy, which, as a dude, is like, all your friends show up to the house and they come up with a thing of pasta and lasagna and they're like, how you holding up, big guy? And you're like, oh. And then they're just like, She didn't find that funny either. We're empty nesters now, like, so my kids are in college and it's kind of quiet. And then for the first 2 weeks, it's like, okay, then all you're doing is sitting there going, man, if I knew I was gonna spend this much time with someone, I would have married a fucking dude. Fucking hanging out with a chick. She's told me all her stories. It's like we've had a podcast for 5 years and we're done talking. That's an inside joke. I told a story to Tom on the podcast the other day, and he goes, I'm gonna stop you, I've already heard this. And I just looked at him and I go, can I tell it again? I'm out of stories. Fuck. And then one day she goes, hey, you wanna fuck in the backyard? And I was like, what, we can do that? She's like, we can fuck in every room in the house if you want. And I was like, what about our girls' room? She goes, it's only awkward the first time. And it's true. And then I thought about it. The second time I fucked her in my daughter Georgia's bedroom, I thought, technically, that's been my cum in the bed the whole time anyway, right? Usually, I just wipe a load off, or she takes it to the toilet, but that load stuck around. I sent that load to college. It should fucking burn when you make somebody. You shouldn't be able to make someone like this. There should be a level of degree of difficulty in making a like you should have to hold it in for like half a day, ladies, like doing handstands and shit. Or we should have to make you come at the same time we come to make a pert. Oh. You ever came at the same time as your wife and be like, oh, we should do that in person. Yes, ma'am, what do you need? I see your hand up. Yes, ma'am. What's that? I love you more. I can prove it. If I accidentally get drunk and punch Leanne one night, you'll stop loving me. I'll keep loving you. I'm not gonna punch Leanne. She's a redneck. She's shifty. Can you imagine taking a swing at a woman and she ducks it? Like, I'm like, oh shit. We went to a sex shop, me and Leanne. Oh, that's fun. Never done it before. Never done it. 22 years of marriage, never done it. And then we got everything. We got edible condoms. Those are tough to get down after sex. Holy shit. I mean, I had to chase her with a glass of milk. Don't chew it. I'll tell you that right now. I'm kidding. The woman should eat it. That's the rules. Ladies, there's starving kids in Africa. She did want to try, like, one night she gets all fucking, she goes, let's spice it up tonight. She's a little buzzed. She goes, let's do one of them things you've seen in a porn. I was like, woman, you're not familiar with my algorithm. I don't think you can do this shit I watch. I don't think you'd be cool with some of this shit. Like here, put on this ski mask like Kodak Black and then... I couldn't think of one, I don't watch porn to get turned on. Like I do, but then, hold on. Okay, guys, if you're wrong, you're very young, son, so don't you answer. Like, you're still young, like girl on girl's like, oh, cool, that's so cool, right? Yeah, okay. Is that your dad next to you? No, okay. Well, then he's a man, so at a certain age, like, okay, here's what's gonna happen, right? How old are you right now, 22? 23, okay. Okay, at 25, you're gonna be cruising, and you're gonna see pregnancy porn, and you're like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, it's fucking hot, it's great. Once you fuck a pregnant chick, you're like, okay, I don't wanna go back. It's so fucking weird, and you're gonna go, then you're like, oh, let me check it out. And you're like, fuck. What's that line down her stomach? And you're like, and that's when the rails come off, and you're like, fuck it, what's tentacle porn? All right. Have you jerked off to tentacle porn? All right, Japanese lady laying in bed. And then you see a tentacle coming down a wall, and you're like, what the fuck is that? That's the feeling I want in the porn is, what the fuck is that? This is how remedial, I'm sure you've seen this porn, this is how remedial I had to take it back from my wife. I go, okay. And by the way, this joke's just for the men. I said, all right, here's the deal. Is real basic. You go outside and then try to get into our bedroom through our window, okay? And when you get halfway through, your sweater gets stuck on a nail and you can't free it. So you yell for help. You've seen this, haven't you? Yell for help and then I'll come up to rescue you, but instead I'll fuck you. She's like, huh? I go, okay, you reach into the dryer. Those shoulders get stuck. You yell for help, and then I'm gonna fuck you. She's like, what? I go, all right, reach under the bed. She's like, what the fuck are you watching? I was like, fine, you're my stepmom. That's your generation. Stepmom for us was like, fuck your friend's mom, that would be hot, but I do love my wife. I don't know how to, okay. This is going to be a great joke. You got to understand that you're getting the very beginnings of it, so it's really rough around the edges. But what I'm trying to share with you is vulnerability, connection, and partnership, okay? Hold on. Do not clap yet, ladies. I'm just going to tell you how to, some jokes, you just got to tell them how it happens. And then that's it, you just leave it. Like, I'll tell you one story, this is just how it happened. It was one of my favorite stories ever. I'm gonna just tell you how it happened. I won't touch it at all. And then it's just such a great story just by itself. I said, it's not the one I want to share. I'm gonna share that after. So I was at the grocery store in LA the day after Christmas. My wife had gotten me a Nike tracksuit hoodie, but it had it emblazoned in like crochet on the here Nike and then crochet on the leg Nike, right? So it was like carpet almost. It's an interesting tracksuit. I put it on and I said, this looks cool. And then when I walked into the grocery store, I saw a black man, the same age as me, roughly the same size, with the exact same tracksuit, except his was in black. He didn't see me, I saw him, and I thought to myself, thank God I got gray. I like gray so much better. That's all I thought. I walked around the store for about 10 minutes, and as I walked past the dairy section, I hear this black man talking to a young Mexican kid in the aisle down, like right to my right. And this is what I hear. The black guy goes, say man, where's the bread? And the Mexican goes, huh? And he goes, where's the bread? And he goes, aisle one. And he goes, aisle one? The bread's in aisle one. Why the fuck eat the bread with the jams and jellies? No, I gotta walk my ass to aisle one, because you use your fucking head. Use your fucking head, man. Keep the bread by the jams and jellies. And he turns around and sees me and goes, cool tracksuit. He leaves, and I'm watching this poor Mexican kid trying to figure out where he fucked up. He's really confused. He's thinking, should I keep the bread by the jams and jellies? Like, I can't just move all the bread to this aisle. And then he realizes I'm standing there and he goes, can I help you? And I go, say man! Where's the bread? And he goes, aisle one. I go, aisle one? And I leave, so. I give it 5 minutes and I show up at aisle one. I'm not done with this black guy. This guy's too good. He's too good of a character to just leave your fucking life. This man believes they should move all the bread to the aisle where jams and jellies and peanut butters are because this is a guy who believes in his convictions. So I go over to aisle one and he's standing there looking at all the bread. And I walk up and I go, God damn it, this is where all the fucking bread is? He goes, I know. I very casually look around and I go, why do they keep all the fucking bread by the vegetables and fruits when all the shit we put on bread is over with the jams and jellies? He goes, that's what I said! And then I lean in and I go, they keep the pasta by the pasta sauce. All the canned veggies together by the canned fruits. They got the mayonnaise by the mustard, by the ketchup, and the fucking bread is over here. And he goes, God damn it! I go, you're telling me. And then I look at him, I go, cool tracksuit, and I just walk away. Sometimes the less you touch a story in stand-up, the better. Now, this next story is not that case. I'm gonna tell you just what happened, and it's gonna take you a second to get it, and when you get it, you're gonna gag a little bit. The Hayslips, the Fromkins, and the Gruzins, and the Kreischers are about to take a beach trip. The whole family's. One of the moms says, at dinner, we're all at dinner, she goes, ladies, before we head out to the beach, we should all get waxed. Now, probably a conversation that just should have happened within the women. But I decided to double dutch my way into that conversation and lean in and offer up the information that the guy said, that's okay, I took care of her yesterday. Thank you for your awkward laugh, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But much like half of the room, no one knew what the fuck I was talking about. My wife definitely did. She goes, shut the fuck up. My buddy Eric goes, what are you talking about? I go, what do you mean, what am I talking about? I took care of her. They're like, huh? I said, I cleaned her up. They're like, clean what up? I said, her pussy. I shaved her pussy. I thought we all did that. And then I realized I'm the kid that just got to camp and I said, I still sleep with my parents. No one talked and my wife goes, shut your fucking mouth. Until one of the women said, oh my God, ugh, TMI. To which I leaned in and said, I'm not fucking done yet. When I do it, I wear a headlamp in my readers. Fuck that. How dare you say an intimate moment? It's innocent. I'll tell you the day it started, okay? June 5th, 2004. I know the day because Leanne was pregnant. We're going into induced labor. And she looks at me and goes, I can't go in there with this. And I can't see this. I need you to take care of this. Is it bad? I look down, I go, looks like we're sitting on Rasputin's face. It was long. I mean, she should have, when she thinks, she should stroke it casually. Ladies, you should try that one time. Just try it. Your husband, you get out of bed after sex, go, we should get something to eat. He goes, what do you want? You go, ooh, let me think. Now, as soon as I said headlamp and readers, the men are in. And they're like, you really do that? And I go, fuck yeah, I love it. I fucking love it. I love it. The first time I did it, I was a little aggressive. I've gotten better, okay? The first time I did it, I went straight porn star, shaved it all off except for a little fucking line and a Y at the top, like she worked in Yellowstone. It was so good, the 70-year-old doctor literally said, oh my God. And I went, I did that. Anesthesiologist said, what are we looking at? And I go, come here, take a look. I go, what do you think of that? And he goes, fucking nice. I go, I can do it. The dads are like, you really shave her vagina? I said, fuck yeah, I love it. I love when I've been on the road for a while. And I come home, and she looks like Chris Stapleton down there. I go, it's fun. It's like one of those TikTok videos where a barber cleans up a homeless person. You ever seen that? They look horrible when you see them, and then you're like, oh, I can see lips. Okay. The guys had so many questions, like, you just shave it bald? I go, no, I'm not a fucking animal. We're grown-ups. I leave the trees. I just trim the bushes so I can see the sidewalk to get in the house. I learned the hard way, you gotta leave the trees. One time I shaved the trees off first, and it looked awkward. Just hair dangling like an Orthodox Jewish man's haircut. I felt racist when I fucked her like my dick was Palestine, and that was the Gaza Strip. Stop bombing our infants, or whatever. I don't know what the rules are over there. I don't follow news, so I don't know what that joke, if it's even accurate. You know. My goal is to normalize vagina shaving. It's such a fun, in the end, hates this joke, and I will not be able to put it in my special unless I can find a good entry. The entry's awkward and slow and stumbly, but the moment we get into it, it moves. I just kind of fix it a little bit. I mean, the best one, we went to fucking Hawaii, the whole family went to Hawaii, and her back was out. She goes, I need help, and I was like, what are you gonna do for me? She's like, God damn it, stop it. I need fucking help. It looks like I got a wolf down there. And then we went to Hawaii, we had to put down our dog second day on Zoom. That was fun. Oh, don't worry, I've killed so many dogs, I feel like Michael Vick. Just put me back in the game, coach. I'm ready to play. Eagles need a quarterback, and I can still play, coach. Are you groaning that I didn't kill, I didn't kill, you know what I mean? I put him down. I put down a lot of fucking dogs. I mean, you don't get numb to it, but as a dad, you're like, they all die. The few big ones, they die quick. I got bull mastiffs, they get like 6, 7 years in them, and they're gone. It's 6, 7. There you go, kid. 22 years old and you come to my show, there must be a party that's like, this is a little more adult than I thought. Can I tell you something crazy? So I go to, remind me to go back to what we're talking about, okay? So I go to the NASCAR, I'm doing this deal with NASCAR, and I had to go to an event to close the deal. I'm doing a party the night before the Daytona 500, right? Me, Leonard Skinner, Diplo, and Ernest. It's gonna be fucking blast. We're going to NASCAR, hit me up, I'll let you get in. And, are you really? Hit me up, please. And so, it's gonna be fucking crazy. I had to go close the deal with NASCAR. So, I go to the Daytona 600, or the Coca-Cola 600, and I'm with these dudes, like, you know, white dudes that run NASCAR. And I'm doing so well. I'm doing so good. My wife's like, don't be Bert. Just be a little Bert, not a lot of Bert. I am done. All I gotta do is walk from my suite to my car and get in the car and we close the deal. That's it. That's it. And we get to the elevator, and as soon as we get to the elevator, a door opens, a 13-year-old boy and his mom. And the 13-year-old boy goes, holy shit! The machine! And I look at the NASCAR guy, I was like, I work a younger demographic. And he's like, dude, you're like the best. And I go, thanks. And he goes, can I get a picture? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, can you take your shirt off? I look around and everyone's like, yeah. I go, yeah, of course I can take the shirt off. So I take my shirt off, I got my arm around this child. He gives the phone to his mom, and his mom's my age. She's so confused. She's like, who are you? I was like, I'm a gay porn star. The best delivery I've ever seen out of a child. He looks at me and he goes, real fucking cool, dude. We get in the elevator, one of the NASCAR execs looks at me, and I'm thinking I'm about to get in trouble, and he goes, dude, there's no way that kid's gonna convince his mom you're not a porn star. He goes, you fuck that kid. There's no way that his mom is gonna believe him right now going, Mom, he's a 53-year-old comedian that I enjoy. And he performs shirtless, and his nickname is The Machine. I mean, I fuck this kid. I don't know, I'm gonna try to tell this as quick so we can move forward, but I have a lot of joke about black guys. And so we go to Hawaii, we put our dog down. My dad the whole time is blowing me up on my iPad. We're putting the dog down on Zoom, and my dad's like, is it done yet? I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. He's like, we have a tea time, buddy, let's wrap this up. Yeah, so we put the dog down, and my daughter's looking at me and realized I'm in golf attire. Because I did have a tea time. I'm not saying I was crying, I was upset, but I wasn't even crying really, because I'm a man, I just shut it down. And I did have a tea time, I don't want to go to the golf course crying. And they're like, are you going golfing right now? I was like, look, he's my dad, he's got like 5 more years. Like a lot of things are dying around us girls, like, let's just try to put the time in with whatever's alive now. That is a feeling though. Do you feel like that with your parents sometimes? You're like, yo, you want to go to the grocery store with me, Dad? And he's like, oh, let me get my diaper. And you're like, no, never mind. So I go down and I see my dad and he's like, hey, I got you a cocktail. I heard about Mac. And I was like, yeah, that's a dog. So we kill a cocktail and he goes, don't bring it up again. I go, what? And he goes, this is our time. Like, I'm still alive. Let's me and you hang out. He's like, I just put my dog down. He goes, I thought we were going to talk about it. So I don't bring it up, okay? For 7 holes, I don't bring it up. And on the 8th tee box, I am 2 under par. And my dad goes, all right, I know I'm not supposed to bring it up. And he goes, nothing for nothing, you should kill a dog every time you play golf. You're playing so good. Here's the worst part. I'm gonna see if I can get through this so quick. So, my brother-in-law is a Disney adult. Yeah, my dad goes, I'd rather him just tell me he was molested. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck said my dad's losing his mind? Who the fuck's a goddamn Disney adult? I was like, Dad, don't yell, kids yell at me. He goes, oh, you sound like a fucking Disney adult, you fucking homo. So, he books us a luau at a Disney resort, a Moana luau. He's a fucking grown man, and he's like, Moana's the best. Come on, guys. And we're like, so I get there, I'm just gonna get ripped drunk, right? I'm like, fucking, I go to the fucking table, they got blue Hawaiians. I murder 4 of them. The dude behind the table goes, I know who you are. And I was like, yeah. Whap, whap, whap. And then he goes, man, you're really thirsty. I go, I killed my dog today. And he goes, why? I went, no, not. I didn't murder my dog, asshole. I put it down. And he goes, there's no alcohol in those. And I was like, what the fuck? And you just watched me murder 4. And he goes, I thought you were thirsty. I was like, God damn it. I go to the fucking guy running it and I go, where do I get a drink around here? And he goes, in the bar inside. But he goes, hey, I know who you are. And you might want to sit down. I said, I'm not drunk. He goes, no. We have a really special guest coming you're not going to want to miss. I go, who is it? And he goes, take a look around, you'll figure it out. So I look around and I see Moana everywhere and I go, is it the fucking Rock? And he smiles, he goes, hey man, I can't tell you who it is. And he walks away. I walk right up to my fucking dad. I go, shit just changed for the better, big guy. He goes, what's that? And I go, the fucking Rock is coming. And my dad goes, you know the fucking Rock. I go, you know I know the fucking Rock. My dad looks at me and goes, okay, this is what you gotta do. When the Rock comes in, you stand up loud as fuck and you get him to see you. And then me and you are hanging out the Rock all weekend. I was like, done, son. I look at the whole table, I go, shit's about to turn around, ladies. Both my girls are sad. I go, turn those smiles upside down. We're about to have a good fucking time. Guy goes, who's ready for a special guest? I stand up at a fucking Disney luau, loud as I can, rip my shirt off and go, I can smell what you're cooking! The place goes bananas and the guy goes, he's not our special guest, but comedian Bert Kreischer's here. And the place goes bananas like I'm the fucking Rock. In my head, I go, when the Rock comes out, he just said my fucking name, the Rock now knows I'm here, this is done. He goes, Bert, are you ready? I go, bring it! He goes, put your hands together for Mickey Mouse! I'm like, motherfucker. My dad doubles over on the table like he's having a stroke. All I can hear him is going, they think you're a Disney adult? They think you were molested like them? My daughters are like, I didn't know you were that big of a fan of Mickey Mouse. I was like, shut your fucking mouth. My dad's like, he thought it was The Rock. Leanne's like, why would The Rock be here? I go, I go walk up to the guy. And I go, hey man, what the fuck was that? He goes, yeah man, you're really into Mickey Mouse, huh? I go, you told me it was The Rock. He goes, no, you guessed it was The Rock. I didn't say it was The Rock. I go, but you didn't tell me it wasn't the fucking Rock. Because I told you I couldn't tell you who it was. I go, you could have told me it was fucking Mickey Mouse. He goes, you're not excited to see Mickey Mouse? I go, 50. I go, Mickey Mouse can suck my dick. And he goes, hey man, take that back. I go, no. Not tonight. My dog's dead. I'm sober and I fucking wanted The Rock. I go, I'll tell you what, I'll hold Mickey's ears while he does it, and his tail can slap the ground. I want Minnie to watch, and he goes, don't say that about Minnie. I'm in a Disney fucking adult resort going, fuck Minnie, fuck Mickey. And then all of a sudden I feel a paw on my shoulder. It's Mickey fucking Mouse. And the dude inside's like, hey man, I'm a bigger fan of yours. I was like, I'm not a fan of Mickey Mouse. He's like, what? I was like, I'm a bigger fan of Minnie. I was like, can I get a picture? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, The best part of that story was just the best part of stories sometimes is the recounting it after the hangover. Like when we were all on the beach and Isla just goes, holy shit, Dad loves Mickey Mouse. I go, shut up, Isla. And then they just sit up and they start roasting me. They're like, you thought it was The Rock? Why would The Rock be at a fucking luau at a Disney resort on a Tuesday? I was like, I don't know, it's fucking crazy shit happens. And they're like, he's a movie star. What the fuck would The Rock? How delusional are you? And then I go, my dad thought it was too, and my dad's like, oh, you're the fucking idiot. He said we couldn't talk about the dog on the fucking golf course. My parents were like, I don't know, get away from this subject. Let's just talk about black guys. I liked it. I want that story to do better. It was funny then. Sometimes some things are funny in the moment. I'm working on my new hour, so we're letting it breathe. So I apologize if it seems talky. But it's Austin. I know you guys are a little different than anywhere else because you guys are like, this is one of the coolest comedy scenes in the world. So I love you way more. Thank you. Hey, if you haven't already, I hope you check out my new TV show called Free Bert. It's streaming on Netflix. If you haven't, here, do me a favor. Grab your phone. You take a picture. If you haven't watched it, this QR code will send it to it. But watch it. It's doing very well. It's in streaming number 2, and thank you. I hope you liked it. Yeah. Every scene in it is based off of something that really happened in my life, but we had to change it around a little bit to make it more palatable. The scene with T-Pain is based off when I told Conan about Isla's period. Dude, it happened so fast. Like, it was a great bit, and I don't remember the bit anymore, but like, I was backstage at Conan, and he was like, hey, how are the girls? And I was like, good. I go, I got a period. And he was like, whoa. I was like, Conan, you have no idea. She threw a period party. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, she got a red velvet cake. He's like, hold on, what the fuck? I go, she got a red velvet cake. We all ate like pasta for dinner and red sauce, and we drank Kool-Aid and red wine. Everyone dressed in red. They invited 2 boys and didn't tell them why they were there. He's like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, and she named her period. He goes, what did she name her period? I go, Jason. And he goes, why? And I go, she got it on Friday the 13th. And he looked at me and he goes, can we talk about this on this show? And I was like, oh yeah. Never thought to call Isla. And that night, Leanne and her, I had to fly on the road, and Leanne and her were on the couch, and she was watching it. And I was like, Isla got her period. And Conan's like, really? And I told the story, and Isla hit pause, and she goes, do a lot of people watch this? It's a great show. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, and if you have seen it, tell a friend, share it on social media. I'm really proud of it. Thank you very much. That's what all right, black guys. Let's talk about. First of all, I don't know. I know this sounds unnatural to say, but like, I love black men. Like, for whatever reason, black men. I think I get along with them so well because I'm goofy. Like, I'm an honest, goofy white guy. Like, there's some cool white guys in here that are like kind of slick, and then when they meet a black guy, they try to like match their slickness, and it's always like a little tension. I'm just a regular. I'll give you a fucking perfect story. I'm at Chili's. I'm getting hammered, and I love Chili's. I love that the walls are only this high, so you're kind of in a maze a little bit. So I'm a little drunk, I go to the bathroom, and as I walk into the bathroom, I take a left into the bathroom, and as I take a left into the bathroom, a black guy comes out and takes a right out of the bathroom. And we literally almost bump into each other, and we startle each other at the exact same moment. We're like, hey! And then I go, I thought that was a mirror. He looks at me and he goes, I'm black. And I just look dead right at him and I go, I'm not. And he didn't know what to say, so he just walked back into the bathroom. But I still have to piss. So I walk into the bathroom, he's washing his hands again. I go over to the urinal, I take my dick out, and I just go, oh my God, I'm not. I gotta tell you this, and I never tell this, but I'm gonna tell this tonight. My favorite black guy in the world is Shaquille O'Neal. He's the best. He's like a good friend of mine, and I fucking love him. I was with him the day that, I'll just tell you the story. So, I was at the Super Bowl. I benched 325 pounds at the Super Bowl, and my wife told we went to yes, thank you. And so, I went to, Shaq had a party, and he invited me and Leanne, and he wanted to meet Leanne. Everyone always wants to meet Leanne, I don't know why. Secret time, Gronk wanted to meet Leanne at the Tom Brady roast. And I ended up writing a joke that went into a special, okay? Secret time, I love this joke. Gronk goes, I want to meet two people. This is at the after party for the Tom Brady roast. I said, who? He goes, Dave Chappelle and your wife. And I was like, one of them's gonna let you down. So I introduced him to Chappelle. Chappelle's the fucking best. He's like, oh, Gronk, you know? And Gronk's like, ah. And then he goes, no, I want to meet your wife. So I go, Leanne, this is Gronk. And Gronk's like, hi. And he keeps looking like this. You can see he's trying to figure something out. Like, and then she leaves and he goes, hold on. You make fun of her a lot. And I said, yeah. He goes, you call her old? She's not old at all. I said, what? He goes, she's beautiful. And I went, Gronk, you're 6'7". She's looking up at you, all her skin tightens everywhere. I wrote that in Lucky, that was like one of my second jokes. Because then I started kissing her going, oh, this is great, your skin's perfect. So we go to this party and Shaq meets Leanne and he's like, he's dog pass, right? And Leanne goes, Shaq, Bert benched 325 pounds trying to brag on me. And Shaq goes, huh? She goes, did Bert tell you he benched 325 pounds today? And Shaq goes, doesn't count. She goes, what? He goes, doesn't count. Baby arms. She goes, huh? He goes, he's got baby arms. He goes, look at this, big man arm. If I bench 225 pounds, that's real. When he does it, his baby arm doesn't count. And then he leans into me and he goes, baby arms, baby dick, remember that. And then I lean into Shaq and I go, at least I can put my whole dick inside her. And I watched the look on his face that he never realized that was a thing. And he went, he goes, no, you can't. I said, no, I absolutely can. Like, and there's room. There's room in the back and on top. I could probably put another one in there if I wanted to. And he's like, wait, you don't have to hold it in the center? And I went, oh my God. years to put. Oh my God! That's like watching a kid with his toe in the pool going, Coach, am I on the swim team? He goes, hold on, where are your balls? I go, slapping her asshole, where are your balls? He goes, slapping my asshole. Shaq is the best. When we met, he goes, are we friends? And I said, yeah. He goes, are we best friends? I said, we can be. He goes, you'll answer my call? I said, all the time. I said, will you answer mine? He goes, all the time. So, he tests it. The very first night, he FaceTimes me. And I was on my fucking phone playing a goddamn game. And she goes, yo, who's Shaq? I go, answer it. She goes, it's a FaceTime. I go, fucking answer it. She goes, hello? Nope, and hangs up. I go, what are you doing? She goes, you don't know that guy, Dad. I said, I do, he's my friend. She goes, all I saw was a nose and an eye. And then she goes, he's texting you. I go, what's he saying? She goes, he wrote, my balls are hot. I said, tell him to take his pants off. She writes, take your pants off. She goes, is he gonna think it's me? I go, no, he'll think it's me. Take your pants off. She hits send and she goes, he wrote one step ahead of you, big dog. I said, what? She goes, his pants are off. Then she writes, send pics. I hear her go, oh my God. I go, let me see it. She just writes back, who's flying the plane? I'm not like a man. Like I'm not like a this is a tough joke to or not premise to explain to Texan man. Texas men. It's like you guys are like grew up men and you can shoot a rattlesnake and change a tire and fucking whatever. Ida called the other day and she goes, put Mom on the phone. I'm like, what? She goes, put Mom on the phone. I said, what do you need? She goes, how do I turn the water on in my house? I go, I'll go get your mom. I'm gonna tell you what though, don't take a shit. She goes, that's why I'm calling Dad, too late. I said, well, run to the store, get water. And she goes, done. Hung up, called me 30 minutes later and she goes, I got water in a rubber glove. I was like, you misread the assignment, that's not what I said. I go, where did you get the rubber glove for? And she goes, throw in my neighbor's yard. And I was like, I go, what's the water for? She goes, rinse off the rubber glove. We're getting Taco Bell later. Leanne, I'm not allowed to buy a car. I fucked up one time. 2006, she sent me, my budget was $500 a month, nothing down, that's it. And that doesn't get you the car you want. It gets you a car, but not the nicest one. And so I came back, $4,000 down, $1,200 a month. It was a Lincoln Navigator, it was so fucking sick. And we couldn't afford it, I didn't know we really couldn't afford things. I thought when people said that, they meant, that's too much. But we'll afford it, but and we really couldn't afford it. We really didn't have the money to do, and so I was like, what do we do? And she's like, I guess you sell merch, I don't know. And so I'm not allowed to buy her cars. When we go to buy a car, she picks it out, she tells me what it is, and then the caveat is she lets me pick the color. Because we wrecked the Navigator, and we got $11,000 back from the insurance company. And then she put $11,000 down, bought a car, we were buying a Ford Expedition. And she goes, I said, well, I don't know if I want that. She goes, doesn't matter, that's what we're getting. And I said, well, I want to look at all the cars. And she goes, I already picked it out, I already did the math, that's the car we're getting. And you, big boy, get to pick the color. And like a fucking cop, I was like, okay. So I picked the color. Midnight black, little sparkle in it, right? With a black, it was sick before Uber. And then, we got our next car. It was a BMW 5 Series. I didn't know anything about BMW. I didn't even research it. She brought me into the fucking dealership. She took me into the showroom. And she showed me the 5 Series. And I was like, if it's in the showroom, it's gotta be the best car they have. That's how stupid I am. She goes, this one. I said, I don't like the color. She goes, okay. You pick the color. So I picked pearl white with a chocolate interior. Fucking so sick. Oh, dude. And then I saw a fucking 7 Series. We take the 5 Series in to get serviced, and I'm walking around the dealership, and I see a 7 Series, and I'm looking at this young black kid who works there, comes up and he goes, "You like it?" And I go, "Is this better than 5 Series?" He goes, "A lot better." He goes, "Get in." I get inside, and he's like, "You want a massage?" I was like, "Slow down, Epstein." And he goes, "No, check this out." And he hits a button, and I start getting massaged. And I'm like, "This is nice." And he goes, "Check this out." And turns up the speakers. There's speakers everywhere. I go, "How much is it?" And he goes, "A lot." He goes, "What do you have?" I go, "I have a fucking bullshit 5 Series. He goes, "Oh, this is so much better." And then Leanne comes out with our goddamn 5 Series. And I see her and I'm like, ugh. And this young black kid looks at me and goes, "You should tell your mom to buy you one." He's like, "Will you help me talk to her?" She can be a cunt sometimes. He was like, "I got your back, dog." Dude, I skipped across that parking lot, setting off car alarms. That's how hard I was skipping. So excited to see the look on her face when she talked to this kid. He walked up so confident, he just goes up and he goes, "Your son likes 7 Series." She's still smiling. She goes, "What?" And I just lean in and I go, "She's getting old, you gotta talk louder." He said, "Ma'am," I said, "your son likes the 7 Series." She goes, "What the fuck did you just say?" I said, "Slow it down, she reads lips." He goes, "I said your son." She goes, "Bitch, I ain't his mama." And then I go, "She's my stepmom, we fuck from time to time." Leanne loves black men. Black women hate my guts. They don't hate me. There might be a couple in here, probably not, but I know what my audience looks like. Leanne says it's because they don't want to fuck me, so I have no currency with them. I'll give you a story. This is a good story. I was at a Rite Aid getting my medication. Recently, I was high. This is before the blood clots. I'm on the Manjaro, the Zeo or whatever the thing, so I've lost like 40 pounds. So I'm getting my Manjaro and my testosterone, all the healthy stuff I'm on. And I'm behind a black woman. There's a guy in front of us, he's getting his medication, and I'm just standing there waiting. And the guy gets done getting his medication, and he turns around and he sees both of us. I don't know who he sees at first. He sees both of us, and he goes, "God damn, you look amazing." And I watch the black chick kind of like feel it, and he walks right past her, and he fist bumps me, and very kind of quiet, he goes, "Hey, you make the world a better place. Don't stop being you." And he walks away. It's the best way to ever get recognized. I am glowing in God's glory right now. I didn't know there was a third row, my bad. This whole time I haven't looked at you guys once, I'm so sorry. I'm glowing in God's glory. He leaves and the black woman turns around and goes, "Why didn't you say that to me?" I know, I'm high, I just go, "Oh." It's pretty fucked up. She goes, "Does that happen to you often?" And I just go, "Oh." And as soon as I say no, a younger kid that works at Rite Aid walks around the corner and goes, "Oh, you're the fucking man!" Fist bump him, he leaves, and she goes, "That's twice, what the fuck's happening?" I go, "I don't know, that's weird as shit, right?" She goes, "No, what the hell's happening?" And I didn't know how to explain to her that I was famous, so I just went, "I smile a lot." Maybe you should try smiling more. That did not make her smile. As a matter of fact, I did the exact opposite. And now she goes and turns around, and the dude behind the counter goes, "Next." She walks to the counter. The dude behind the counter is a big white guy with a beard. He looks right past her and goes, "Oh, I can't wait to wait on you, brother." She turns around and goes, "I was fucking smiling." This this is a tsunami happening, right? She leaves, I get my medication, and now I'm walking around Rite Aid, and I realize she's following me. She's trying to figure out what the fuck's happening, and then finally she has the nerve to come up to me and she goes, "Hey, what is this?" And I went, it's nothing. And she goes, "What do you guys, it's just like a prank? What are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me?" I said, "We're not doing it to you." And she goes, "What the fuck, is this racist white boy shit?" And I'm like, "No." I go, "No, please." I go, "I'm famous." And she goes, "No, you're not." I go, "No, I am." She goes, "I don't know who you are." I go, "Yeah, I know." She goes, "How do you know that I don't know who you are? If you could say you're famous." And I go, "I know what I know what my fans look like." And she goes, "What do your fans look like?" I go, "Fucking fat white guys." They look just like me. She goes, "What are you famous for?" And now it's getting worse. I go, "Taking my shirt off." I almost have her convinced. I can see it in her eyes. She's doing the math going, huh. When behind her, I see the ocean floor pull back for the tsunami that's about to take over the full fucking village. And it's the dude that worked at the pharmacy and the kid that worked at Rite Aid. And in both their hands, they have gallon jugs of Kool-Aid walking up behind a black woman who already thinks this is a racist white boy prank. And they come up and goes, "Who wants Kool-Aid?" I watched her turn into a cunt in her eyes, she goes, "Fuck you, this is some racist white boy shit," and walked out. I bought the Kool-Aid and left. All right, here we go. I want to just tell you that this story will happen in 22 minutes when I do my hour. It's not there yet because I haven't figured out my hour. But in 22 minutes in my next hour, which is happening in 2027, unless I get a fucking fake. Anyway, I got you. I have two stories for you. I got a really good one too. I have so much material I haven't done where I'm like, I gotta fake. I gotta go anyway. I'm trying to do the math in my head of what to tell and what not to tell. Like, I write jokes, but I'm not good at jokes. They're a little like, wah, you know? But then they make me laugh because I wrote them myself. Like, if I catch them, I will laugh out. You'll catch me laughing out loud because I wrote it, but I don't tell them to people. I just write them. Like, I wrote this one in my hot tub and almost passed out. What did Mr. T say after he pushed 50 Cent in the pool? "I fitted the pool." I wrote that. And then I thought it. And then I started laughing so hard I almost died. I wrote, this is my favorite one. I wrote a movie script. This is so fucking bad. I wrote a movie script. It's about a guy and a girl who meet online. And they communicate via email until they meet in person 1 year later. And then when he meets her, he finds out she's transgender. It's called "You Got Mail." That's silly. And then my brain, and by the way, I wasn't trying to write it, I'll tell you a joke I wrote that I tried. It's funny, and this will probably go on a special. I tried to kill two birds with one stone the other day and brushed my teeth while taking a shit. Don't do it. I went to wipe and I swallowed the toothpaste. That's a true story. That's okay. Let's see if there's any more before I tell you my favorite one. Our best friends are Asian. Who knew, right? No, those are their names. Who would knew? This won't make the special, but it's funny because her name's Sandy. That's what I've always called her. And then we went to dinner, and her sister calls her Who, and I go, "What the fuck's that?" She goes, "It's my name." I said, "I thought your name was Sandy." She goes, "My parents don't speak English. You think they named me Sandy?" I go, "Yeah, that's how names work." She goes, "No, Sandy's my white people's name." She goes, "When I came to this country, we didn't fit in very well, so we picked white names." I said, "How do you do that?" She goes, "Movies." Because I'd seen a movie about a girl from a different country who was new at school, wasn't that popular, but by the end of the year, she was the coolest girl in school. I was like, tell me more, tell me more. I go, you got your name from Greece? She goes, that's not that bad. What do you mean, my dad? I said, what's your dad's name? And she said, Rambo. Okay, hold on, a little Rambo story. So Rambo takes Vietnamese kids every year, like the real deal, like honest, real ones, and brings them over to this country to like kind of expand their horizons. It usually goes over well. One year they get this kid, Kevin, not his real name, and they go, hey, do you have a good time at the end of his trip? And he goes, no. And they're like, what? And he goes, no. He goes, I only hung out with Asian people. He goes, I don't know if I come to America, I want to be around white people. I want to see what it's like to be white. So Rambo calls me. He's like, Winnie the Pooh, can you take, because he thinks I look like Winnie the Pooh, he goes, can you take this Vietnamese kid and show him what it's like to be white? I was like, Rambo, he'll be storming the Capitol by noon. So, I pick him up, I go, Kevin, sky's the limit. You hit the jackpot, buddy. You didn't just get a white guy, you got a rich, famous white guy. What the fuck do you want? I go, pretend I'm trying to molest you. That you can get anything you want. That's how I'm treating him, like I'm trying to molest. So he goes, skateboard, I want to learn how to skateboard. I was like, fucking done. I called Tony Hawk, boom. Yeah, he didn't answer, so. I take this kid to a skate shop and I deck him out. And then I bet the dudes that worked there thought I was molesting him. They were like, I bought him everything, new skateboard, he picked his own deck, new knee pads, that probably was a bad call. He needs knee pads. I mean, then I take him to my house, I teach him how to skateboard. After an hour and a half skateboarding, he goes, I'm hungry. I said, what do you want to eat? He looks at my stomach, he goes, you tell me. It's like, good call, Kev. So I take him in, I sit him with the girls, I go to McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's, and I get all of it. I get like $500 worth of food. Oh yeah, I want him to see what it's like to be American, and that's gluttony, right? I want him to eat until he throws up in his throat. So I lay it out, I go, start with the fries, tell me which one's your favorite. And he goes, McDonald's. I said, stop. The girls said it first, they go, stop. Take a Wendy's fry and put it in a Frosty. Oh. This little Vietnamese kid put a French fry in. He didn't want to do it. If you're Asian, you know you guys don't fuck with dairy like that. He did it, put it in his mouth, and he looked at me dead serious, and he goes, I don't want to go back to Vietnam. I was like, I think I'm doing my job right. What's next, Kev? He goes, I want to go to Compton. I was like, pump your brakes. He goes, can we go? I said, we can go to like a Popeye's chicken. That's about as far as I'll take you. And he goes, why can't we go to Compton? I go, no, I don't want you to think it's, I go, we can, but we're going to need guns and stuff. And he goes, where are we going to get guns? I go, oh, Kevin, this is America. In my bedroom. Come on, buddy. When I put a 9mm in this child's hand, that's the commercial to sell guns, Texas. The look on a child's face like, He's like, it's so heavy. I go, I know. He's like, is it loaded? I go, I don't know. There's only one way to find out, bitch. Point it at the cat, pull the trigger. He's like, click. He goes, I don't want to go to Compton. I just want to play with guns. I was like, I got an AK-47. He goes, can I hold it? And I was like, yeah, but you got to take your shirt off and get my bushes. I want to get a picture. So. What? Hey, I didn't molest him. It's a good thing I did. That kid couldn't keep a fucking secret. Told everyone about the fucking AK-47. It was like, Bert's got it on his phone. And I was like, someone's like, Leanne goes, let me see your phone. And I was trying to delete it, but I didn't have my readers. And I was like, no, I don't have a fucking picture of this goddamn fucking Asian kid. Asian, Siri, pull up Asian gun. All right. Can I tell you the last blind thing I'm going to tell you? A very long time ago, I had deaf people in my show. This is when I was doing clubs. I've had deaf people since, but like this is the first time I had deaf people, and they were fans of mine, and they had a translator with them. And I remember I got them to laugh so hard, so I was like, how did you guys find me? And they're like, we like your TV show. They didn't say it like that, you know, but they were like, hey, Bert, we like it. They were like, Brr. You know, they're not going to fucking hear this joke, so. They live in Chicago. Anyway, this is a true story. And they said, we hired a translator so we could watch you do stand-up. And I went, oh, that's really cool. I was like, thank you so much. And then I ended up eating pizza with them the next day at Illuminati's. This is a true story. Yeah. I told a bit about them I think in Lucky. That was the two deaf people I listened to fuck that night. I thought they were fighting over a pizza. It's just deaf people fucking like, ah! And so the joke behind this is why they liked me, is I said, well, thank you so much for coming to my show. And then I turned my back to them and I was like, man, that comedian's hot, I want to suck his dick. And their translator said that to them, and they fell apart laughing. And then I was like, wait, how do you say suck dick? How do you say, I want to eat your ass? She's like, Anyway, so it's hacky, but I did it. So then the next week I'm in Hartford, Connecticut, and there's a blind guy in the front row, and he's with the hottest fucking chick. And I go, man, you kind of like, you didn't need that. Like, you got a lot of drama that you're paying a tax and you don't even live in the state. Like, she's hot and she's a pain in the ass, but you don't get to see that she's hot. And he goes, no, I do. And he goes, man, I touch my wife's face and I touch her body and it's beautiful. And I went, shut the fuck up. So I brought this guy on stage and I made him touch people's faces and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. This is back when, like, no cameras, no nothing, and it was fucking hysterical because his amount of accountability, because he was blind and he does not give a fuck, he was like, oh, gross. Oh, fucking 4, get out of here. Knowing they didn't know what this, it was the fucking hardest I've laughed. And then at the end, I'm real confident, and I go, did you come because you're a fan of my TV show? He goes, I've never seen your TV show, asshole. All right, this is the story, and then we'll tell the machine. So hold on. This is my favorite story. Out of all my hour that you're gonna hear right now, this is the one that you'll go, okay, I'm sure I'll see that on TV, or on Netflix. Do you like the way I deconstruct how an hour works? And you're like, I don't need that, Bert. You can just do this fucking thing. My next door neighbor is a gangster rapper. This is true. His name is YG. Yes. So if you know who he is, you know that he's not a fake gangster. He's a real gangster. He's a gangbanger. He bangs gangs. He's the blood. They wear the red. And their opponents are the blue guys. They wear blue. They're called Crips. They dance. Reds don't dance. Maybe they dance. I'm sure they dance, you know, but that's not their like da 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 da. I've never seen them dance. I'll just say that. I feel like I'm digging a hole. I'm not being racist, but I'm so close. So I know that. I only know that because Tommy calls me up one night and he goes, "Hey, is your neighbor having a party?" I said, "As a matter of fact, my neighbor is." And he goes, "Your neighbor's YG." I said, "How do you know that?" He goes, "Because I'm looking at you in your hot tub." So I go on YG's Instagram Live and I see him on the balcony. And I hear them 3 seconds before I hear them on the phone. And as he turns, I just see a fat guy in a hot tub. So I have this information. Then I gotta be honest, I wish I could say shitty things and then make it gossipy. He was a great neighbor. He'd throw parties, but it was like, yeah, but they were crazy. But I never really interacted with him until 3 months later. 3 months later, I'm at home, I'm by myself, Leanne calls. She goes, "Hey, I just got out of therapy. You wanna go get ice cream?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want ice cream, it's the middle of the day." She goes, "Baskin Robbins, motherfucker, that's my favorite, because they give you a sample soon, you can sample all 36 flavors." She goes, "All right, meet me out front, bitch." I go, "Hold on." And she goes, no, hold on. If you ain't out there, I'm leaving your ass. She goes, "I'm pulling up, motherfucker." Now I'm in a panic, okay? I hang up the phone, I leave my pants on, they have cum stains, fuck it, that's too good. I grab a shirt, it's too small, now I'm baby doll teeing. I grab 2 different flip-flops, not even the same flip-flops, and I sprint out of my front yard. I sprint out of my front yard. At a full clip, I'm running down my driveway until I get to the very end at a full sprint. And about 10 feet from the end of my driveway, I see there is a Mercedes-Benz blocking my driveway, and there are 3 black dudes, all dressed in red, standing on the other side of the Mercedes-Benz. I am a white guy, barely dressed, sprinting to 3 black guys. I look like a Karen, but I don't want to be threatening, but I want to stand my ground, kind of like the Pilgrims with the Native Americans. I want them to know I'm friendly, but I'm also nothing to mess with. That's a bad analogy. So as I slow down, you can see that they're like bowing up, like, oh fuck, it's about to go down. And they're standing like this. And I just stop right in front of the Mercedes and just very confidently go, I'm getting ice cream. That is not the sentence they were expecting. And now they're kind of shook, right? They're like, and I can see they're confused. So I just clarify and I go, Baskin Robbins. Now they're looking at each other like, what the fuck is happening? So I decide to like let them know that I'm like a regular dude. And I just go, cool car. And the guy on the far right looks at me, so confused, and he goes, you have the same car. And I take a step back, and so quickly I do the math, and I realize, oh, I do have the exact same car. But it's a different color, I just didn't recognize that I have the same car. So I just look at him and I go, I can't pick my car. And they go, you can't pick your car? And I go, I picked the color. I realize by the looks on their face that they think a special needs man has escaped from his house, and they don't know what to do. They don't know whether they should tackle me and put me back in my house or let me run free. It's not going well, and that's when YG shows up with 3 other black dudes. Everyone's dressed in fucking red. He comes up and like seeing that there's a confrontation and goes, what's poppin'? And it's already threatening, but his buddy just goes, he's getting ice cream. YG's like, huh? And his buddy goes, Baskin Robbins. Now I feel like we're all on the same team. And so I look at YG and I go, I have the same car. These 2 look like I betrayed them. And the one guy goes, he doesn't pick his own car. YG's going back and forth, so confused. And his buddy goes, he picks the color. This could not get worse. My fucking wife pulls up, sees me talking to 7 black dudes dressed in red and goes, y'all got a game today? I'm trying to mouth gangbanger to my wife. Gangbanger. And she has a really cool car. She picked it and the color. And these black dudes are into cars. They are clearly into cars. And her car, it's an AMG Mercedes convertible. And when it idles, it goes. And they hear that and they're like, damn. And they start circling the car like they're gonna run a train on her or something. And she's loving it, right? She's like almost into it, like, uh-oh, we playing Leaky Submarine, boys? Looks like I'm the Leaky Submarine. You guys gonna plug up all my holes. Uh-oh. There's 2 in the back. I'm sitting on the other side just going, herm, herm. And she's flirting with them, like, in her redneck little accent, just, hee-haw, 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 hee-haw. And then she's revving the engine, and the black guys are loving it. They're like, slippity, slappity, mama, or whatever they're saying, I don't know. Slippity, slappity, baby. Damn, And she's like, hee-haw, hee-haw, rum, rum. And I'm like, And then YG looks at my wife and goes, I think your special boy's ready for his ice cream. This gets worse. Because they were my neighbor. He was my neighbor for a year and 7 months. So for a solid year, anytime I left my house and they saw me, they would check on me. They'd be like, ice cream! And for me, it was easier to just play along and go, ice cream! And they'd be like, Baskin Robbins! And I go, Baskin Robbins, cool car! And I mean, anytime I went for a jog, you'd hear ice cream! I go, ice cream! I mean, I took my family to a Rams game. I got a suite. My dad was so proud of me. He's like, buddy, this is so cool. You can afford this. But more importantly, I'm so impressed by all the people that recognize you. And I was like, well, yeah, you know. And he's like, I mean, those Cardinal fans, 2 boxes down, are losing their fucking mind. And I look down, and I go, God damn it, those aren't Cardinal fans. Those are Bloods, Dad. And it's just the Bloods banging, going, ice cream! Ice cream! I'm like, ice cream! So about 1 year after he moves in, Georgia graduates from high school, right? She's getting ready to go to college. It's graduation week, and she calls me up on a Friday night. She goes, hey, I already know I'm in trouble, but I don't know how to handle this. I've been drinking. She goes, I know I'm in trouble, but I'm in a problem. She goes, I've been drinking, and the person who drove me has been drinking, and they want to drive, and I don't want to drive with them, so I'm at a 7-Eleven. Can you come get me? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm about to send this kid to college. I go, that's the fucking kid I raised. Thank God, right? So yeah. So I go in, I wake up Leanne, I go, listen, George has been drinking. I'm fucking hammered. You know? You gotta go get her. And Leanne's pissed. I'm like, no, I'll make smash burgers. We're gonna hang out afterwards. I'm gonna make a cocktail, you go get Jordan. So I start making smash burgers. Leanne leaves the house. 2 minutes later, she walks in just real fucking angry. She goes, call a fucking tow truck. I said, what? She goes, car blocking our driveway, call a fucking tow truck. And I was like, hold on, let me check to see who it is. And I look out, and I hear YG's having a party, and I look at the car blocking our driveway, and it is a Bentley that is all red with red rims. And I go, we're gonna pause on the tow truck. She goes, I don't give a fuck. This is how not racist Leanne is. She really doesn't see color. She goes, I don't give a fuck. They're just people. I go, they're Bloods. Okay, let's stop there. She goes, what's he gonna do? He's famous. He ain't gonna do shit. He's our neighbor, he ain't gonna do shit. I was like, no, I think you're wrong. She goes, what's he gonna shoot up our house? I go, I think that's how it starts. Yeah. She goes, I go, give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Now, over this 1 year period, I have followed a lot of the dudes that I recognized that were around the house, at YG's house. So I send a group text on Instagram. And all I say is ice cream. It's to YG, all his buddies, and it just says ice cream. And within a minute, I have 5 texts back, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, Baskin Robbins. So I write, this is my phone number, can someone please call me? And my phone rings 30 seconds later, and it's like, it's a bunch of dudes. I can hear them, and they're like, ice cream! I go, ice cream, listen, I go, hey man, my name is Bert Kreischer. I'm a stand-up comedian. And I hear the guy on the other phone go, I know. I said, what? And he goes, no, we know who you are, man. What's up? I go, hold on, you don't think I'm retarded? And he goes, no, we know you're not retarded. We knew who you were when he moved in. YG said, there's a famous comedian that lives next door to me, his name's Bert Kreischer, and he owns the same car I own. Isn't that cool? I said, so the day you met me, you just let me act retarded? And he goes, man, you started it. Like, and he goes, and you committed to it so hard that we didn't want to let you down. Every time we saw you and you said ice cream, you just went right into it like, ice cream. And he goes, I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little sad it's over. I go, listen, I have a problem, man. I go, there's a car blocking my driveway. Is YG having a party? He goes, he is. I'm not there. What's the car look like? I said, it's a red Bentley with red rims. And he gets real quiet and he goes, do not touch that fucking car. He goes, give me 5 minutes, I will have it moved, but do not do a fucking thing if you call a tow truck to make it go away. And I said, I have not called a tow truck. He goes, perfect. He goes, give me 5 minutes. So I go to Leanne, I go, we got 5, and she's already out the door. She is in her car, listening to fucking Sturgill Simpson as loud as she can, in reverse, and her car's barking with the reverse taillights, and she is up against this fucking door by an inch. I'm like, God damn it! They're gonna hold me down and urinate in my mouth just to prove a point. 2 minutes later, the largest black man I've ever seen in my life. And you're like, oh, Bert, really, how big was he? I'll show you how big he was. Close your eyes. That big. You've seen him. I couldn't tell where he stopped and the evening began. I looked over his shoulder and saw tomorrow. He comes up with an unbuttoned silk red shirt and silk pants and comes up and he goes, you ice cream? I went right back into character, go, ice cream? He goes, hey, good looking out. I was like, excuse me? He goes, good looking out, man. Most people told this shit. Some neighborly shit. I was like, cool car. He goes to get in his car and he hears Leanne's car and he looks over his car and I was like, oh, in my head I'm like, do you want to meet the cunt that was about to tell you? She's right there. And he goes, now that's a cool car. And I was like, oh fuck, please don't talk to her, please don't talk to her. And he walks around the corner and he leans up to Leanne's car and he goes, man, this is a nice car. And this fucking cunt starts going, hee-haw, hee-haw, ring, ring, ring. He's like, slipping and slapping, mama. And then he walks past me, he gets in his car, he backs it out, she pulls out, he then pulls into my driveway, parks in front of my garage, gets out of his car and he goes, damn ice cream, I don't know how you got a bitch like that, and just leaves. For 7 months, if this guy visited YG, he parked in my driveway. For 7 months, I'd be like, oh fuck, ice cream! That story's gonna be, imagine how good that's gonna be in 2027. That was the best. Can you be at that taping? And I'll be like, do the blind stuff, and I'll go, you've seen him. When I was 22 years old, I got involved with the Russian mafia. I went to school at Florida State. I was not a very good student. Yeah. S-T-A-T-E. Florida State, Florida State. That's the gayest part of that chant. I remember when I was a freshman and I heard it, Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! I was like, we're supposed to do that? No, it's our chant. It was come up in the 50s when we were girls' school. I was not a very good student. You're like, no shit. I'm not a reader, okay? This is how bad of a student I was. I signed up for a Russian class one time, and thinking it was Spanish. I want to get this. I love the details of the story. In the 90s, when you signed up for a class for college, you had a piece of paper. It was a booklet, and you had to call in, and then you had to dial a number that was that class, and Russian and Spanish were right next to each other. So I thought I was getting a noon Spanish class, and it was a noon Russian class. And then you waited, and it was like jury duty. They go, you are accepted. And I was like, fuck yeah, I didn't hear to Russian 101. So I show up, it took me 3 classes before I realized, I don't think this is Spanish. At the 3rd class, I was like, when did Spanish get a new alphabet? And I got up to leave, and the teacher was hot. She still is hot. Yeah, whatever. And you can find her. She's on my Instagram. She lives in Hong Kong. She's going through a divorce. Why am I telling you that? And she goes, hey, sit down. I need 14 kids to teach this class. You're the 14th. If you sit down, I'll just give you a C. And I was like, Strasbourgia, bitches, I'm back. I took Russian 1, 2, 3, and 4, never learned a fucking word. Russian 4 was taught in Russian. Do you have any idea what it's like to go to a class every single day and just sit there like an immigrant at the DMV? And Russian 4, same. You know what I think liberals should do? And I'm not saying I'm not liberal, and I'm not saying I'm conservative, I'm just saying. This is what I think. If you're anti-ICE, okay, you should protest ICE. Meaning, do not put ice in your drinks. I swear to God, that will prove your conviction. If you're willing to drink a lukewarm Pepsi, look, that your politics switched so quick. You're like, all right, get rid of them then. I need ice in my drink. I'm not drinking a vodka soda with nothing in it. I love that. Do you love how my dad went in politics, but you can totally tell I have no idea what I'm talking about? I got invited to the Republican National Convention, and I got so fucking excited. And I'm non-registered. And Leanne goes, "You're not going." I go, "Why?" She goes, "Because you're a fucking idiot." She goes, "You're gonna go, and they're gonna wrap a Nazi flag around you, and you're gonna be dancing with it, not knowing the fuck you got." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Can I tell you a secret? They did a thing online today. This is, you have to love me if you're in this room. They did this thing online. It was my TV wife versus my real wife, and they wanted to know who knew Bert better. And they're like, who did Bert vote for? And my TV wife said Bert didn't vote. And then Leanne said, Bert doesn't know who he voted for because I voted for him. And the comments were all the fucking, they were like, that's voter fraud. That's voter fraud. And then Leanne had to go, guys, I'm joking. Voted in fucking 20 years, so vote. What the fuck are you talking about? The last time I voted was the Barack Obama election. I swear to God. And I just stuck my head out of the booth and I go, which one's the black one? I swear to God. And Leanne's like, you're done voting. When I vote, it's like there's so many names. And if you're Mexican, I just vote for you because I go, you had to have worked harder than fucking O'Connor. I voted for Steve Garvey, the Dodgers player, and I thought it was Steve Harvey. Hold on, I'm gonna get back to the story. So I met Steve Garvey one time, okay? Steve Garvey played for the Dodgers. He was an epic legend. He grew up in Tampa. He's a white dude who played first base for the Dodgers when I was a kid. The reason I know Steve Garvey so well is my friend Chris Huff, his mom Sandy Huff, dated Steve Garvey in high school. So I meet Steve Garvey backstage at his show, and I go, dude, I've been such a fan when you played for the Padres, when you played for the Dodgers. I grew up in Tampa. I know you grew up in Tampa. He goes, I did. I said, he goes, I went to Clinton. I go, I know. My buddy's mom dated you in high school. And he goes, really? And I said, yeah, her name was Sandy. And he goes, Sandy. And I said, yeah. It was like her claim to fame is she dated Steve Garvey. And he goes, are you sure it's not Steve Harvey? And I said, buddy, that would be such a different claim to fame. If when we were kids, he's like, I dated Steve Harvey. At the end of lesson 4, my Russian teacher pulls me aside and she goes, hey, we're taking a trip to Russia. If you go, you'll get a minor. I was like, hold on, you know I can't read, speak, write, or understand the language. She was like, I am fucking well aware of that. She goes, it doesn't matter, with all the classes you've taken, the ones you will take, if you go, you'll get a minor. I was like, shit, that's all you had to say. Let's go to Russia and fuck some minors. So, we went to Russia, and this is back when you can do that. We went to Russia in 1995. In 1995, the mob ran everything, and they told us that our first night. They're like, we have paid off the mafia to keep you safe. In exchange for our money, they gave us 2 young gangsters. The word for that in Russian is banditi. They're gonna be banditi, they're gonna live with you. They're gonna walk you to class, walk you back from class, take you on field trips. Don't speak to them. They're in the mafia. I was like, they're gonna be my best fucking friends. So the first night I grabbed a bottle of vodka and a 6-pack of Baltimore, which is a beer, and I planned a sentence. I was gonna say, Здравствуйте, меня зовут Bert, очень приятно, я работаю кошка. Which means, hello, my name's Bert, very nice to meet you, I work pussy. Kind of, it really means I work with cats. Anyway. Doesn't matter, the second the door opens and I'm face to face with a real Russian gangster with the wife beater and the tattoos and the track pants and the cigarette. Yeah, how do you say it? Can I tell you a secret? I choose to say some words wrong on purpose, and then some words I chose to say wrong and now I say wrong forever, and I can't fix it back. So like, nightmare is real. I've always said nightmare. That's always how I've said it. But I've always chose to say Ben Affleck. Yeah, Ben Affleck, because there's a violinist, I think, named Bella Fleck, or a banjo player named Bella Fleck. And then when I heard Ben Affleck, I changed it, and now I can't change it back, because I met Casey Affleck, and I knew that wasn't his name, but I said, it's so nice to meet you, I'm such a fan of your brother Ben Affleck. Because that's not her last name. I go, your last name's not Fleck. And then I was like, just stop talking. I say tattoo. I say massage. I say, that's it. Tattoo. I have a tattoo. And when I got a tattoo from a tattoo artist, he said, it's not called a tattoo. I said, to you. Okay, I just told him that in the moment and it made me laugh so hard. We went to Russia in wait, I already started that part. I get a bottle of vodka. I get a 6-pack of vodka and I plan a sentence. I go over to my neighbor, the gangster, and I knock on the door. I tell him I have a sentence. The door opens and I'm standing there and I'm face to face with him and I fucking panicked. I panicked so bad that in that moment, he just went, "Stole!" And I looked at him in Russian in his doorway and I just said, I am the machine. A lot like ice cream. He goes, what did you say? I go, I am the machine. And he just grabs me, walks me in a room full of 9 Russian gangsters, tells them, stop! Looks at me and goes, tell them what you said. Now I'm like, fuck it, I'm the machine! They look at me, look at each other, and they're like, fuck it, he's the machine! And I became the machine, and they fucking loved me, because I drank shot for shot with them all night long, and all I knew how to say in their language was, I'm the machine! And I fucked cats. Now, the guy that answered the door, his name was Igor, he was my best friend. We did everything together. We ran a pool hall scam, we stole a boat, and then one day, the whole class takes an overnight train trip to Moscow, and Igor tells me, he goes, I can't go. I said, why not? He goes, different mafia runs train, different mafia runs Moscow. I go, well, wait, what's that mean for me? He's like, don't worry. I just set up banditi, they'll take care of you. Sure enough, we get to the train station, and he introduces me to my 2 new gangsters, Igor and Igor. And he's like, guys, this is the machine. if you give the machine vodka, you'll have a great time. And the bigger the two Igors, looks like a kid on Christmas. He's like, oh, I can't wait to play with the machine. He grabs me and he goes, the machine sits in first class. I'm like, that's what I'm fucking talking about. We go to first class, it is pimped out. There's booze, there's food, and here's the real gangster part. Second the train takes off out of the station, everyone that works on the train comes in to pay their respects. The fucking conductor walks in, rips off the stars and stripes to his shirt, places them on my lap, and goes, this is a present for the machine. It would be an honor to do a shot of vodka with the machine. I am 22 years old thinking, these machine stories might have gotten out of control. We drink all the booze in an hour, Big Igor stands up, he goes, machine, we go to the bar cart to get more vodka. I'm like, fuck it, I'm in the mob, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. We roll to the bar cart like a big dick in a locker room, just, oh my God, when you're blind, you just automatically think you have a big dick. That's gotta be amazing. That's fucking awesome. There you go, one in the corner for you. You can fuck fat chicks with a small dick and be like, that was the greatest night of my life. God, that's crazy. You just go, yeah, I have a huge dick, I guess. I don't know, I'm not going around the gym like this. I was reaching for dicks. Hey, write that down. Kyle, will you just write, if you're blind, you think you're the biggest dick? God, a blind black guy must be like, I am like a horse. Do you know what would be a fun thing to do if you're blind? Just go around the gym and go, is this abnormal? How big is it? Am I the biggest guy in here? Just go walk around and go, little dick. All right, I'll write the joke later when you're not there. We walk into the bar cart, and Igor says to me in Russian, he goes, machine, go behind the bar and grab bread. In Russian, and I understood him. For a second, I'm like, oh, I'm fucking learning. I'm behind the bar like, Igor, I know what you said. He's like, go for you, machine. Can the machine find cheese? And I was like, see, cheese, I got it, give me another one. He's like, grab vodka. I was like, all right, another one, give me another one. He's like, grab the money. I go, huh? He goes, grab the fucking money. And I realized at that instant, we're robbing the bar cart. And I'm the one doing it, hooked on phonics style. I grab this shit, walk out, two of my classmates see me, and they're like, you're in so much fucking trouble. We go back to the first class cabin, and within 5 minutes, the head chaperone of this train trip, not the whole trip, just this train trip, she was an English teacher who did not speak Russian. She swings our first class cabin door open with that liberal arts confidence. This shit is fucking over. You're done, mister. Stand up right now. You're coming with me immediately. Bigger girl looks at me confused, smiles, takes a big sip of vodka, spits it in her eyes and goes, no one talks to the machine like that. Shuts the door in her face and goes, fuck that bitch, this is Russia. Don't worry, machine, when it gets dark, we have a good time. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing when it gets dark? Reaches into his pocket, pulls out a ring of keys, and he goes, we're rubbing the whole fucking train. Now, this is the best part of the story, if you ask me, and I have heard this story a lot. I posted this in 2016 on Facebook, and I was having a rough time in my life. I got fired from Travel Channel, Leanne was redoing the house, I got my special that I told this on didn't perform well because I took my shirt off. And she wanted me to get a vasectomy. It was a fucked up time. I didn't get the vasectomy. I remember we got into a fight. The night I posted this on Facebook, we got into a fight about a vasectomy I was supposed to get the next day. And I didn't have any money coming in, so I didn't know if we could afford it. I was I'd rather have the money than no cum. Because that's what I thought. I go, does stuff still come out? She goes, does it matter? I go, yeah, I'm not paying for a procedure, so every time I have an orgasm, it looks like my dick has a dry heave. Just supposed to do? Go, I'll hold your hair. So, we went to bed, Nad. I remember at the end of the night, we're going to bed. She goes, hey, I think your story's going viral. And I was still angry about the vasectomy. And I go, you don't know how to work the internet. And the next morning I woke up, she goes, don't know how to work the internet? She flipped her phone around, she goes, 3 million people saw her story last night, dickhead. I was like, what the fuck? And I watched this story go viral from like 3 million to like 7 million to 20 million to 30 million to 50 million to 70 million. And it changed my life. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. Don't ever be embarrassed of good things that happen to you, no matter how silly they may sound. Sometimes you go, that was good, but like I'm more than that. You're not. That's the thing that happened to you. Like when in 1997, I was written up as Rolling Stone magazine as the #1 party animal in the country, and it would change my life. I wanted to be like, no, but I'm a serious. No, but that's who all I am. I'm the guy that spent 6.5 years in college and didn't know what I was going to do. And I'm the guy that had a fucking story about, I'm the guy that performs shirtless, I'm fat, all the things that you think I am. But that's who I am, and you gotta love who the fuck you are. Here's the other thing. Yeah, it's true. And you got, and I tell you what, I'm the luckiest motherfucker you're ever gonna fucking meet in your life. Because this is my luck. You ready for this? This is wild. This is why the story went viral. The algorithm at the time for Facebook worked this way. If you reposted the story onto your page, the top comment on my story that I posted, the top comment, the one that most people interacted with, became the very first comment you see on your page. And the top comment on my page was left by a woman named Kristen Hodgson. She lives in Minnesota. I know a great deal about her now. Her comment read, I was in Bert's Russian class. I was on this trip to Russia. This story is 100% true. He fucking robbed us. I swear to God. You can find the comment tonight if you want. And then she tagged everyone in my class. And they just posted pictures of me and the mafia, like, here's Bert arm wrestling with Igor. But I robbed them. We robbed the whole train, we robbed everyone. And then we drank hard as fuck. We pulled into Moscow wasted, top 5 drunkest I've ever been in my life without throwing up. What's #1, Bert? My wedding, thanks for asking me. I was so drunk at my wedding, I swear to God, secret time, I went down on my wife at the end of the night, and it took me 10 minutes to realize she was wearing tights. I didn't give up on her. I put my lips around her entirely and just went, ho! Hi-ho! That's how they taught Helen Keller how to talk. No, I saw the video last night. It's on YouTube. Google it. I swear to God. That's right. Fuck off. We pulled into Moscow fucking wasted. Train stops, sun's up, door opens, same teacher, not mad. Curious, right? Looks at me and says, I want to be the one to tell you they've alerted the police. And I look out, and I see 2 cops talking to my whole class. They're in the pajamas, they're upset, they've been robbed. Apparently they've never heard snitches get stitches. Big Igor is completely unfazed. He's like, don't worry, I speak to police for both of us. I was like, not the representation I was looking for. He walks up to the cops who are taking a fucking statement, grabs one by the arm, spins him around and just goes, fuck you! We fuck you in the mouth. We fuck you in the ass. I'm like, stop with the fucking we shit. I'm not fucking anybody, like I'll hold him down, but I'm not gonna. Now the cop's just staring at me and I hear him bark out, Podium, Zidiez, which I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound like, you're okay, stay there. Okay, I'm not good at impressions, but tell me I just didn't bang out a, why are there so many songs about rainbows and not so many colors? What the fuck? Where did that come from? Amelia Earhart has a British accent. And I bang out Patrick Mahomes like that? I walked to the cop. I was fucking good tonight. I made myself laugh so hard. You've seen him. Oh, you think that's the biggest? I can fucking kill it tonight. Like, I'm sitting here going like, no, stop your applause. Just watch my show again tonight. The numbers count. Just watch it again. Just when you go to bed, turn it on your TV and let all 6 episodes run. And then tell everyone you know in this ice storm, watch this fucking show. I walked to the cops who were taking a fucking statement. They're standing in front of the class I just robbed. Next to the gangster I robbed them with. I'm like 5 feet from one cop and he just takes 2 big steps, impatient as fuck, grabs me by the arm, spins me away from my class, away from Igor, gets right in my face and he goes, "So, I understand you're the machine, huh?" "Nice, tonight you party with us." I was like, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Tonight you party with us. Do you like strip club?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I like strip clubs." I go, "Wait, I'm not in trouble?" And he gets so close to me, I can smell his morning cigarette. He goes, "No. Fuck that bitch, this is Russia." Austin, Texas.